what? One day I would like to get like a theme song for the show. Like you can start the show and it plays like a little jingle, little ditty. Say, hey, we are live. What's good? Let's get ready for some tech and gaming and streaming nugs and some deals too. It's Tech Talk Thursday show. What do you think?
I'm not gonna say no to that. I think having like a pre-show statement would be kind of nice.
Get a little dance, little jig going. Yeah. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Mark Summers from Major Linux, twitch.tv/Major Linux, and it's time once again for another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for the week of February 8th, 2023. Of course,
once again, it's on.
I'm sorry?
Once again, it's on.
What's on? What is on? Did I forget to turn something off? Did I remember to turn off the stove?
Someone get this person.
Of course, I'm joined this week and every week by it's your boy Kev in the building.
What's up, everybody? It's in the building.
And of course, we're joined this week by the myth, the legend, the one who has all the signs. Sinziak is in the building.
Greetings and salutations. People listening at home, hopefully comfortable.
Okay, so now that you mentioned people listening at home, I'm sure there are audio listeners to the show who heard the crinkling. And I am also, I can see it, but I don't know what it is. And I am curious as to what that is you are currently consuming.
It's a bit of donut.
Ooh, like them like the Hostess donut sticks or whatever, the little Debbie sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, see, it's the reason. One of the reasons why I am a diabetic, and one of the reasons I hate that I am a diabetic, because I really want one. Those are so good.
This one's pretty enjoyable.
I know. I can tell.
I also have cookies. I'm willing to share those. Unfortunately, though, this is the last donut stick, so.
So sad. Yeah, we got some Girl Scout cookies, and those didn't last very long. They didn't.
They seldom do.
Also, I feel like because of COVID and the internet, there are people who are buying Girl Scout cookies and don't know who they're buying them from. My wife is one of them. She said she was on Facebook on a parenting group, said some parent was saying, my daughter is selling Girl Scout cookies. Would you like to order some? She ordered them online, and then we had Girl Scout cookies to where I said, who did you order these from? Oh, I got it on Facebook. Man, no. Who? What girl? Who are we supporting? I have no clue. And I felt bad. Just a little bit. I know I'm helping Girl Scouts in general, but who? Which little girl? Which Girl Scout am I helping? I would like to know.
Is it Mackenzie? Is it Taylor?
Major said we like our Girl Scout delights to be ethically sourced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's like, what's the difference between Girl Scouts and Amazon at this point? Like, I just go online, order cookies, and I have cookies. And also, not Mackenzie or Taylor. I'm talking like Michaela, like a combination of them, like Michaela. Even though I do know black folks named Mackenzie and Taylor. Just if you were to say Michaela, if you say Michaela, I'm instantly thinking black instead of like, do I know a black Mackenzie and a black Taylor? But Michaela, I don't even have to know. Is it? Yeah, she black.
I do. I do happen to know only because, much like our skin tones in general, we are rich with culture and naming convention.
Yep.
As whose child is named Star with 2 R's Yes. To add emphasis on the star.
Okay, that was weird.
So-
The music kind of cut out, and then all of a sudden just played a song in the middle of the song. Quite frankly, it sounds like the song that we kind of came in on.
Song just cut in and interrupted and said, "I'm sorry. Did I just jump in the middle of your song?"
Kind of did, because like I was like I didn't hear it anymore. I'm like, where did it go? So I'm over to the turning it up. I was like, whoa, relax, chill out, all of you. Okay. So let's see, this week in tech, gaming, and streaming news, be careful where you are downloading your applications from. Boy, a whole bunch of games sure got shut the fuck down. And hey, there is an OBS update. I don't know. Wait, what did I get for? Oh, wait. Yes, your new favorite show About Nothing sure did kind of get transphobic in there a little bit. But we got these stories and more here on Tech Talk Thursdays. Let's get into it.
But first, this show brought to you by the wonderful people of Major's House. Join the Discord today.
Yes.
And that's your commercial. Please continue.
Hey, see, I put it back up. There we go. Yes, join the Major's House Discord, majors.house/Discord. Look, these featured chats are really great to do that. So now when I see a little ad come up, I can hit the button and it shows up on stream. Ha. That's right, YouTube, you're getting sold to as well. Ha! Deal with it.
You know the vibes.
Bespoke solutions.
Oh, yeah. All the bespoke solutions.
All the bespokes. So let's go and get... I'm sorry?
I was about to say, I think we had this going on last Thursday. I got a new lamp. So it has changed the way like the whole room is lit when I'm over here.
It does. It looks a bit brighter. We can catch even more melanin. It's fantastic. I would make it brighter here, but then I'd blind myself. We don't want that. Until further notice, think twice before using Google to download software. I'm not gonna lie. Was a little confused by this for a second until I realized what they were saying. So apparently when you are searching on Google, of course, because Google has to make money somehow. They've moved from a search company, from a search company to an ads company. That's where they're making most of their money. So, of course, like every good thing that's out there, malicious actors are going to sit there and try to take advantage of it. This time they're taking advantage of it by buying ads on Google Ad Space or whatever it is they use to buy ads and surfacing malicious downloads to the top of search results. That way, when you go to download, I don't know, let's say Bidwarden, right? And all of a sudden it's Bidwarden dot Russia Forever dot BigJohn dot RU. As if that looks like Bidwarden, it's a website that looks like Bidwarden. You click the download button, and instead of Bidwarden, you get a bit virus.
You know, I feel like just reading the title of that article and reading the summary of it, I feel like I've just gone like 15 years back in time. I feel like both of you are old enough to remember the era and the days of the CNET download and therefore related concerns. The face that y'all have made says everything I need to know.
Look, it was good at one point. Like before search engines were good, if you needed software that was free, CNETsdownload.com was a good place to find it.
Yeah.
Until it wasn't. And that's earlier, but I'll bring you another one. SourceForge.
SourceForge
SourceForge used to be a place where you could trust, and now it's like
SourceForge SourceForge was number 2 on that list. It
Yep.
was CNET downloads right behind, because if I have to go there, especially for older versions of things, shout out to every time I ever had to download TeamViewer.
I mean, I can just go to the website, but yeah. Look, also, look, I remember when I just started over at Mastodon and I was mentioning TeamViewer for shit and people were giving me shit for it. Hey, instead of using TeamViewer, use Parsec. The way my life has changed by using Parsec. There's no Linux client, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who would want that.
Parsec's pretty good.
Parsec is amazing. So good, in fact, that I was using it at one point to try to stream Horizon Zero Dawn. Truth be told, that's what sent me down this path to begin with, was trying to stream that damn game. I have a whole bunch of Horizon Zero Dawn related trauma in my life as of late. I would talk to my therapist about it, but I don't think she'd understand.
But also, like, I feel like this is one of those, how do I say this? It feels like there's just the very simple, like, throwback lessons to just general internet safety and being like, hey, maybe, you know, much like your email and trying to avoid phishing things, you should read the stuff twice and thrice before you download it, or look at file names before you click on them and say, are you sure you want to do this, or any of those things. And where you can, require your browser and or your computer to specifically request your permission to take actions before you do them, so that it can take those pauses for you to go, what is that?
Now, I will say one thing here. The one thing I love about Pi-hole, specifically in this case, is it gets rid of the ads in my Google search. Because I was going to come in here and say, all right, I will search for a product in Google and it will give you legitimate shopping options, but they're sponsored search shopping options. And when I used to click on them, it would say, hey, this domain is blocked. Pi-hole just got rid of them. I don't even see them anymore. So I don't even get any sponsored download links or any of that shit. And it's great. It's lovely. Look, I'm going to tell you, if you have a spare Raspberry Pi in your house, if you can get a hold of a Raspberry Pi, or if you just got a computer that's doing nothing, put some Linux on it and install Pi-hole. And set that up as your DNS for your whole house. Like that should be the DNS server on your router. Block ads without an ad blocker on your browser. Now, and you can't feel guilty when you go to a website and say, hey, we see you're running an ad blocker. Oh, I'm sorry. No, there's no ad blocker on my browser. I don't know what you're talking about. I just went to your site, polygon.com. Yeah, that's right. I called you out because you be trying to shame me.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry. I don't feel no shame when it comes. I'm like them Republicans.
Oh,
I don't feel no shame. Blocking all the ads.
Oh, there. I look like it was about to pop up there. But yeah, look.
Like, here's the thing, right? Your ads wouldn't get, if we can just go ahead
what a
and
shame.
Be real for the briefest of seconds. Hey, everybody, your ads wouldn't get blocked if the moments that I saw them unblocked, it wasn't you talking to me about terrible things.
It's like weird.
Or suggesting, for example, that I look into, like, have you seen what YouTube ads look like right at the end of a year that's divisible by 4? I would rather not.
Somebody in a Maserati trying to tell you how to get a Maserati when you don't know how they got a Maserati? I think not.
When they can barely pronounce Maserati? Absolutely not.
Thank you. So I block them ads with impunity. Now, you know, the only time I can block them is on the Fire Stick, but that is the cross I bear. But my skip ad button hand is strong. So, you know, but when I'm sitting in front of this computer, And what I am gonna do is I'm gonna block them ads.
So look at this.
Because
Look
I
at
ain't
this.
got them.
See, I love numbers. I love graphs. And you know what this tells me? You know what all these numbers and graphs tell me? Ain't not near computer on my network getting served an ad. Because they get routed to 0.0.0.0. You going to the black hole. No.
You in the phantom zone. Get out.
Yup.
Yeah. Yeet.
This is beautiful.
Behold, you are now in the sunken place.
This sunken place. The sunken place. Let's go.
Think through the floor.
And just so you know, yeah, that's my Raspberry Pi. That's not the home lab. The home lab, it's there. It's there. Nothing's being run on it yet, but it's there. It's chugging. It's chugging along though, very loudly, I might add, but it's chugging. It's chugging.
Anyway, all we're trying to say out here is don't let us end up with you getting hit up with the old razzle dazzle.
Don't do it. Speaking of Google, they've heard a lot of people are using this thing called ChatGPT to find a lot of answers to things. So Google's like, you know what? Bet. We got our own LLM. We could put it into our Google search and we'll give you the best damn Google search you'll ever want. And we're going to call it Bard. So they did it. They made a search with their ChatGPT rival called Lambda, which they've used in other technologies in other Google products. But, and the one thing I didn't include is the fact that y'all see this GIF right here? This little GIF down here at the bottom. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. This one right here is costing Google a whole bunch of money. Because if you know, and it took me a while to realize, I had to read something that explained it to me why this GIF was costing Google money. Apparently, this result that they get from Lambda is factually inaccurate. It states that that the new telescope captured the first example of an exoplanet, and I believe it's in 2014. Okay, I don't know. It's okay, yeah. So they didn't put it in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I can't remember what the actual. It goes by so fast you can't see it. There we go. Google chatbot mistake. However, a number of astronomers on Twitter pointed out that this is incorrect, and the first image of an exoplanet was taken in 2004. Quote, not to be a well actually jerk, and I'm sure Bard will be impressive, but for the record, JWST did not take the very first image of a planet outside of our solar system, end quote, tweeted astrophysicist Grant Tremblay. Scupper Club, thank you for that follow. Really do appreciate it. So, yeah, apparently this is costing Google a whole bunch of money. Some investors aren't really too happy about the results coming out of Lambda and Bard. Now, of course, the Google was looking into trying to create Bard or whatever it is they're creating, and so was Microsoft. Microsoft was like, you know what, we're going to tell you about it soon, until Google said, all right, here's our event, And then like almost after Google had their event, Microsoft, oh, whoa, but wait. Tomorrow. Hey, look, don't forget, tomorrow we're going to have our event. To which they did. The next day, Microsoft unveiled their AI-powered search engine called Bing. They called it Bing. It's still Bing. And allegedly it was open for everybody to try the day they announced it. It was not. Because if you go to Bing, so you're supposed to go to bing.com/new and do a thing, you sign up for a waiting list. But apparently this is all coming soon. It's going to be built into Edge. This isn't the only thing Microsoft is looking into, because I think we've reported before that, or we've talked about before. Microsoft put in some money into OpenAI, who created ChatGPT, to kind of merge it with their products. So of course we're expecting to see some of that stuff in like Microsoft Office, probably some Xbox stuff. Who knows? All I know is I am just waiting for Clippy to make his triumphant return to Microsoft Office.
About Google, didn't Google already have like a certain amount of like wasn't it like within the last couple of years that Google did like an AI thing that had people like, I don't know about this?
So I know they were using some of the AI stuff to call businesses for people to schedule things. Like they were asking Google Assistant, say, hey, can you schedule a hair appointment for Thursday at 4? And the assistant would then call the business, have a conversation with somebody on the other end, as if convincing the shop owner that, hey, I am talking to another person. They schedule a thing, and that was it. Which I can get how it's creepy, but also at the same time too, I mean, as someone who does not like using the phone and gets anxiety over using it, it sure as shit would be nice if I didn't have to do it all the damn time.
Well, I mean, not like that, right? Because like, sure, that's perfectly fine. No, I'm saying like, wasn't it like a handful of years ago that like they had like just like straight Google AI, and they had like an ethics council that they then disbanded over some of these things?
Oh,
like,
right. The one, with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, oh yeah, it became sentient. He said it became sentient.
And they had to like, that was a whole thing, and then I think some like concerns like came up around it because of this ethics, like over an ethics council, and they were just like, nope, we're just gonna have to disband this because y'all are doing too much. Which I'm like, oh, thanks, Devan.
Oh yeah, thank you for that follow, by the way, too. I saw that. I can't see it now. I don't have any glasses on, but I saw it.
But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, at this point, at the very least, because I was just like, Google AI, like I'm like, hey, we're making an AI called Bard. I'm like, this isn't your first rodeo though. Like, this sounds like it's something that's new to Google, but this shouldn't be. Like, I'm pretty sure Google's done this before, so I had to go and like make sure I wasn't just like staring into the middle distance at absolutely nothing. But at the very least, I hope the like teams around it and the ethics with which they approach it have at least evolved enough to be able to do that without causing like major concern.
So I think
I think it's one of those, we'll just have to see how it goes.
I want to say that probably some of that is with their deep learning as opposed to LLMs, which are like their large language models, which is what OpenAI is using for ChatGPT. Where it's like it compiled a whole bunch of things. It learns how we talk to an interface, or it's learned how we use language. So that way we can ask it something and it'll give us something back as if we are talking to someone. I think with the issue they were having before with actual AI, but it hasn't learned shit. Well, Transformers versus Deep Dream. Yeah, like it's yeah, I feel like the GPT stuff I'm not sure what Lambda is specifically. I want to say that's a large language model thing. I don't think, which, let's see, Lambda, Google. Yeah, so this is a conversation technology and not necessarily like AI. And I think a lot of that's getting, hey, what's going on, DVD? I recognize. I know who you are. But yeah, it's this technology. While it's not necessarily AI, it's a system in which how we can ask a computer a question, how it has learned how we ask that question, like the nuances of language that we use, and then be able to provide us like look up data and then present that data as if it was just giving us the language back. So it's like we can go on Google and say, hey, I need help with this Python script, and it'll just give me, or like, what is this error in Python? And it'll give me a whole bunch of links. Whereas I can go to ChatGPT with the same error and say, hey, this error is this. You will normally see it with this. And here are steps to mitigate it. But keep in mind, this may not work for certain, like it will actually tell me as if somebody was trying to explain it to me. Yeah, so DVD said, basically the search engine has been a question and answer system for a very long time. They just haven't really demonstrated how close to a conversational system they always have been. Not much smarter than Eliza. Yeah. And that's why, that's why search engines like Google and Bing are sitting there trying to chase this, because like, sure, they realize that people just don't want a list full of fucking links. They want a fucking answer. Like I don't want to have to go through so many links to try to find an answer when I can just say, hey, what is this? And it will just tell me what it is. Like, thank you. Thank you for not giving me the runaround. Granted, ChatGPT, it is good up until a certain point, and we have demonstrated that multiple times in the Discord server. Because, like, again, if I think I've mentioned it before on streams in the past, hey, Major's House Discord server has ChatGPT built into it. All you have to do is add Major AI and talk to it, ask it questions. And it does a job, not a great one, but it does a job. But
Bard just works in the mailroom. Bard just like listen, I just got here. I'm still new to the company. They just mailed me this laptop. I don't know why y'all talking about me like this.
Not sure how clear it is that 1 billion people have extremely intimate conversation with their search engines every day, especially with search suggestions enabled. Look, I like asking questions to Google all the time. It's just I want to be polite. But
there was didn't we see like a really wholesome and adorable story about a person who literally did type that in? They would just like go to Google and like type in conversation form and be like, hello Google, this is a thing I'm looking for. Can you help me find this?
I would not be surprised if like a lot of folks do that, especially a lot of folks in the elderly community. I would not be surprised if that's what it was. But you know what this reminds me of now that I've explained it? You remember those series of videos from College Humor? If Google was a person? Or if Google was a man? This is what I feel like Lambda or just chat or a lot of this GPT stuff is. If Google was a person. It's a dude you walk up to, say, hey, I need this answer, and he will tell me the answer back. Except not just an exhausted, middle-aged white guy who is just like, look, I just got this stuff for you here. You gotta just look at it. So yeah. Large language models are being bought to search engines so you can ask it questions and it will give you answers. And then probably other links and stuff because people paid to be put to the top of the search, and Google still wants that money, and I'm pretty sure Microsoft does too. In Pixel 4 news, if you have one of these and you were hoping to get more updates, I'm sorry to tell you, show's over. It's a wrap. The February security patch is the last update for the Google Pixel 4 and the Google Pixel 4 XL. In these amazing colors, black, white, and a burnt peach. Well, 4 years, that's not bad. Wait, what has it been 4 years? Oh, damn, just about, yeah. They didn't skip a year, did they? I don't think they did. I feel like they were about to at one point, but I don't think they skipped a year. So yeah, it's been about 4 years. 4 years, like 3.5, 4 years of updates on the Pixel 4. Still not beating Apple. But 4 years on a Qualcomm chip is not bad. Good job, Google. You did it. Again, I will believe that Google is on to something if the Pixel 6 can get longer than 4 years. Like, what is the record to beat at this point? iOS 16 supported devices, not beating Samsung or OnePlus either. Samsung only gets 3 years though, right? And I don't even know what OnePlus gets. Like, I stopped hearing about OnePlus devices when the next one comes out. So the iPhone 8, which would be 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Samsung is 5 years. I don't believe you. We need more people. All right, so September 22nd, 2017. That is 6. So the iPhone 8 is going on 6 years, and it is supported on iOS 16. Samsung Galaxy. How do you spell Galaxy? There we go. Galaxy S. Software update support. That's Tab S. I said Galaxy S. Thank you. Okay, according to Android Authority, every Samsung here's every Samsung device eligible for 4 major Android updates. So this starts on the S21, the A series, the Fold, starting with the 3. Again, so I'm mad that Siri can hear me and not even say Siri, yet I had a TV show. I was watching an Apple TV show that literally said the phrase, and my HomePod did jack shit. And it's still listening.
The way I have to say, hey, G word for my G word, because it will listen if I said anything other than G word. Because, like, I was doing a TikTok asking G word a question, and it answered it twice, once in the video and once in regular life, because it picked up that I was talking to G word in the video, but not at the time.
I love how you are still currently having to say G word for this reason.
Because again, G word right there will pick up on it. Because G word always be listening.
So isn't it a different amount for security versus major updates? I don't know, but see, I'm talking about the major OS updates, Because I mean, it's one thing to get security updates, right? Apple is still sending out old updates to old phones that do not get security, that do not get major OS updates. Like, I'm still able to update an iPhone 6. But this, like, I am specifically talking about, I want the newest version of Android. I want the newest version of iOS. And Samsung is still only guaranteeing me 4.
Mm-hmm.
Where the iPhone is at least guaranteeing me 6.
Yeah.
Or 5. I would say 5 because iOS 16 came out last year.
Yeah, they're still.
So they're still guaranteeing me 5 years with iOS, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens next year.
Yeah,
if iPhone 8 still gets supported.
Yeah, there's still old phones out there knocking around.
Tech enthusiast, my entire house of smart tech workers. The only piece of technology in my house is a printer, and I keep a gun next to it so I can shoot it if it makes a noise I don't recognize. Yeah, see, I'm in that middle ground. I'm in that middle ground between the two. I guess that's what happens when I'm in IT. Is like, I'm not that involved in tech, but I'm involved. I'm just involved enough to where it's like, if something breaks, I don't want to fix it, but I will sit there and go whole hog on a thing.
Yep.
The biggest cliff for iOS support was a 40-pin the lightning adapter shut off. Yeah. But
It was time for the 40-pin to go.
It's time for the fucking lightning to go.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it was specifically time for the 40-pin to go.
I will accept lightning if they gave us faster data transfer speeds on that port.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So 4 years. So yeah, at least 4 years of updates with Google Pixel 4. So I mean, they're getting close. They are getting close. They still. I mean, 5 years of iOS. They're getting there. They're getting there. As long as it goes to USB-C and not pure wireless. I think they're gonna go I think they are gonna go wireless. I was all for a USB-C port iPhone, but I really feel like they're gonna go wireless, or at least like budget iPhones will get the port. Pro phones will be wireless.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they were the ones that were like, "Ayo, no headphone jack.
Courage, baby. Courage.
So Tim Apple saying that he could, like, they can go full wireless and then just like Bluetooth connection everything and like, or Wi-Fi everything. Yeah. Or AirDrop.
But to be fair, especially like, so I found out recently because I was having an issue. Like, I had shot a video on my iPhone and was like, man, I would like to transfer this, but it's taking so long over Lightning. I want to move this file off. And they were like, well, just use AirDrop. And I was surprised to see how fast that shit was. It's like, oh, I get this now. Okay. Yep. This makes so much sense. But also, I'm the only one who can enjoy this because I use a Mac.
Yep.
It would really suck if I was only using PCs.
Mm-hmm. Because they'd be like, oh, Bluetooth or connect everything to Wi-Fi and see how that works.
I mean, like, look, I've got iPhone. I mean, I got Wi-Fi 6 in the house, so in theory,
you got Wi-Fi 6.
Yeah, again. Oh my God, nobody is talking to you. Shut up.
Are you talking to the child?
No, I'm talking to Sarah. I would never talk to my son like that. Never talk to my son.
I would be like, cut to commercial. Wait, what is this?
I will never talk to my child, just my wife.
Woo, woo.
Kevin,
you think I'll still be here if that was the case?
So Kevin, not talking to the child in that manner is a matter of compassion and just being a good parent. Not talking to his wife like that is a self-preservation and survival instinct. I feel like that
Exactly.
needs to be clarified.
Exactly.
For the audience.
Yeah, like those actions are two different reasons. Trying to be a nice dad, also trying to be an alive husband.
That part. But yes. So what we're saying, yes.
Also, I'm going to point out, if I'm shouting this way, I am talking to humans. If I am shouting this way, I am talking to technology.
That's why I'm also kind of glad that the G word is very not sensitive to like random noises. However, I cannot say the word G word. If I say the G word, it's going to pick it up. Thankfully, that is the case. Sadly, but thankfully.
I have an echo, but I have to say a certain word for it to hear me, and I never say that word. So
That's
or
great.
for it to respond. So I never I say it so rarely.
But that's the thing. I don't say it that much either.
Mm-hmm.
I only say it enough to just turn on the lights in here, but that's it. I could just be watching anything, or again, just having this conversation. We have not said the key phrase at all, and it is not like searching. Like, for what? Like, it's the whole thing of like, I am living the nightmares of so many people who are like, oh my God, it's listening to me. Like, no, it's not. It can really care less about what you're saying. But for me, that shit is firing up randomly, and I never know that it did until it starts talking to me. All of a sudden, I got people talking to me late at night when the lights are out. I'm watching TV, and it's also like, Mount Rushmore is this tall. Like, what the fuck? Who? Why? Nobody even said Mount Rushmore. The hell are you looking for?
Like, no one said Mount Rushmore. I'm watching Rush Hour. Why is this happening?
Thank you. I'm watching Rush Hour, and then I'm watching Fillmore. Rushmore. I'm watching.
Why is Fillmore not on Disney Plus?
Oh,
why is Fillmore not on Disney Plus? I'm sorry.
Greatest travesty. That's like when I did my Brandy Cinderella not protest, but more like letter writing campaign. I was 10 toes down for that. So then when that came to Disney Plus, I was like, all right, cool. Now I got to start off one for Fillmore.
Yep.
Because why is Fillmore not on there when it is on there? And do not tell me that Disney could not afford the rights. Like the dudes told me about Brandy. Maybe they can't afford the rights to Rodgers and Hammerstein to that like movie. Oh, you mean the movie that they produced?
Wait,
on the channel that they own?
Wait, Disney can't afford a thing. Disney owns half the world.
That was the thing that people were telling me, and I was like, oh, so you mean they can't afford the show that they produced? On the block that they host, on the series on this channel that they own. Are you telling me that? Are you literally telling me that Disney, billion-dollar Disney, of Marvel Star Wars and Pixar cannot afford a movie that was created in 1998? Hello? Is this thing on? By them. Produced by them. On a platform for them. And we gotta watch it on YouTube?
Like,
and bootleg?
Incoming voice modification. Somebody please make that make sense. It's not making sense. Again, someone report to the front desk to make that make sense.
Indeed. But so that was my little Brandycella rant, to which I watched it the other day and I loved again. because it was good. But yeah.
But wrap things up. Bring back Fillmore.
Yeah, bring back Fillmore.
Just bring back Fillmore.
Yeah, bring it back.
Reboot it. I don't give a shit. I just want Fillmore.
I want both of it. I want the reboot and the original. Bring it back.
Voice mod didn't kick in on my end. Wait, was there supposed to be a voice mod moment?
Yeah. Sin called it, but it didn't come out.
Oh, was it because I didn't hear anything?
Hearing that might have been why.
There it is.
And it's the sad thing is, like, in my brain, it's like there was like almost like a block where, like, yeah, voice mod was supposed to be here, but it wasn't. And then I'm just trying to recall it, and it's like, yeah, there was no voice mod. Like, why am I thinking there was supposed to be a voice mod? So apparently I heard him say that, disregarded it, and then when I came to think about it again, it's like, yeah, there was no voice mod. Who's asking for a voice mod?
Happy Pizza Day, everyone.
Yes. Also, apparently it was Bagel and Lox Day. What the fuck is Lox?
It's the salmon
And
cream cheese on the bagel.
I still don't understand how people eat bagel sandwiches. The bagel bread is really tough.
Not the bagels you eat. Bagels I eat. That works.
Well, I guess I'm eating them toasted. I don't know. Anywho, this isn't tech food. This isn't food talk podcast.
It should be.
That's for Friday.
And that's Wednesday. That's Monday. So yesterday, we fooded up every day. We do tech and food.
I mean, but Ruin, he's not wrong. I live in fucking North Carolina. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm getting bagels at a grocery store. Like, just the Bruegger's bagel. Like, not even Bruegger's. Like, Thomas bagels. Like, at a grocery store. Like, they're not going to be the best bagels. Like, I mean, he's not wrong. At all. In more mobile phone news, Bloatware pushes the Galaxy S23 Android OS to an incredible 60 gigabytes. Now, granted, they have updated this article, which shouts out to them. Also, shouts out to Mastodon, because, and I'm not sure if this is on the platform, but at least every Mastodon app that I use, it will notify you if you liked or shared a post that it has been edited to reflect new information. And I say that because when I posted this article to Mastodon, somebody came up and they gave me the correct information, to which I went and updated it to say, hey, this article is a little outdated. You know, somebody actually posted the correct information in the replies to this post. Go check it out. So again, I don't have to worry about, you know, posting erroneous information and it not being seen by people. So one, shouts out to Mastodon. The platform is great. You should join it. We have our API, the API on Mastodon is free forever. Just gonna put that out there.
As far as we know.
I mean, it's an open platform. It's open source. Unlike some people who said they will open source the algorithm and haven't yet, but has decided that he wanted to profit off of it.
I don't know who you could possibly be talking about here that we haven't been talking about for like the last, year at this point?
I mean, they did open up Blue to now allow people to post 4,000 character tweets, and then promptly broke Twitter.
Just go to Tumblr. Jesus Christ.
Which is now going to be, if it hasn't already joined, we'll be joining the Fediverse soon. Just saying. I just want the taco at 2. That's funny.
They wait.
Vodka sauce. What the hell is vodka sauce?
I missed it. Did they break Twitter with a new feature? Ruin every new feature at this point breaks Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep. That for you crap.
And here's the thing. Did they fix
Nope.
it or remove it? We don't know, because remember, a few months ago, the people who were responsible for communicating those things to the public got fired.
Yep. Yeah,
So now
Twitch
we found out
support's
shit
been-
through tweets.
Yeah, Twitch support is real quiet. It's been real quiet.
I mean, except for when they were telling people, "Hey, we're shutting down the API we're shutting down that free API. You're gonna have to pay us." Oh, but
And
we
they're
won't
also
tell
looking at-
you. We will tell you when we're cutting off access, but we won't tell you how much you need to pay to get access to it.
Here's a question for you. Like, did anybody catch the fact that I believe that they're also trying to acquire TweetDeck and merge that into things?
You
that have to
do
have
know
Twitter
that
ability to use?
Twitter owns TweetDeck, right?
I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this, right? And I'm thinking they were saying something about merging like what the TweetDeck features into being like a Twitter Blue exclusive thing or something like that.
That I don't know. And
Because all I can think is like, boy, y'all are talking a whole bunch of like, y'all are making a very little sense for a company that just had to auction off all its furniture.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I go to my Mastodon account, you know, I could just turn on, "Hey, show me the advanced view," and it just loads this TweetDeck type interface for free. It's just there. I mean,
They haven't come for me, so I'm minding my business. I already like downloaded the backup of all this other stuff. I will just take everything I have posted in the last however long I've had all of my accounts and just repost them elsewhere and continue to be the grand glorious weirdo that I am.
may
The end.
I introduce you to Major Toot?
No, do not toot on me. That's gross.
Oh, you don't have to. You can publish. I haven't figured out the code to switch publishing to Toot yet. It's out there somewhere. I gotta find it, but it's there somewhere. Or I could change that button back to Toot. But yeah, so back to the actual story here. So yeah, Bloatware is just getting out of control. Even though, like, sure, it may not be 60 gigabytes of bloatware, there is still an ungodly amount of bloatware. Period.
A lot of bloat.
I refuse to believe that the iPhone is the only phone in existence that can just get away with not having to have bloatware installed on it when you buy it from a carrier. I refuse to believe that. Like, I'm sorry, no. That's bullshit. The iPhone's been out for over a decade. Samsung can't come through, so look, I will give you a contract just to not put bloatware on my shit. Why is it that when I buy a phone, like from the manufacturer, like Samsung, or the fucking carrier, like Verizon, that is like when I set it up, say, "Hey, would you like to install this shit? Would you like to install these apps?" You know, I want to see that on the fucking iPhone. I want to, when I turn on my phone, there's a, "Do you want to install iBooks?" No, I don't read. Stop asking. "Do you want to install Apple Mail?" No, your app is garbage. Stop asking. Do you want to install stocks? No, because the stock exchange is a scam. Stop asking.
Came for Apple Mail?
Yes.
The nerve, the audacity.
The pearls.
I actually have some. If I had known that this sentiment was going to be shared, I would have warned them.
Spark, baby. You spark. All spark all the time. Wow. That sounded very Transformer-y. All spark. All the time.
Mm-hmm. The all spark.
No, I don't read. Or you say spark? No, spark. S-P-R-S. Yeah, S-P-A-R-K. Yeah, that's right.
Autobots raise their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Because I know that's where we were going. I did that too.
It was S-P-R. No, wait, no. Yeah, that's right. No, it's not. S-P-R-A-K.
So loud.
Sprack.
You got the touch. Down, down, down. You got the power.
Wow, DVD with a throwback over there. Hello.
Whoa. But yeah,
Oh,
again, my whole thing
right.
is, look, if you want to create bloatware fucking apps, create them. God bless you. Godspeed on that. But do not have that shit pre-installed.
Yep.
Let me download whatever fucking apps I want when I'm setting up my phone. I want a empty ass phone, and I want you to ask, like, do you want these apps?
I love how it tries to set you up with things like, do you want to make a movie on the phone? I'm not Beyonce making the 7-Eleven video. No, actually, like please don't ask that. Hey, do you want to? I barely managed to avoid breaking the bank while buying this phone. Why are you asking me if I want an app for stocks? Please leave me alone.
Exactly. Like, I'm glad
I bought
that
this phone with my tax return. Leave me alone.
Like,
I am broke.
I am glad like iOS finally they came out with the ability where you could delete these apps, and Android to an extent, like certain apps you can delete, but others you have to disable. Like, it just makes them go away from the home screen or the app drawer, but it doesn't uninstall it. So like, why is this even a thing? Just delete it. I don't want it. If I am not using Gmail, just allow me to delete the Gmail app. What the fuck are we doing? Like the thing is, Gmail is available in the Google Play Store. If I want Gmail, I can just go to the Google Play Store and just re-download Gmail. What the fuck? But here we are. But it's the thing of, it's nice that I can delete the apps. I can get rid of them. I can remove them to an extent. But I do not think that they should be on the phone by default. I should be able to just pick and choose which ones I want to have on my phone, that it's not taking up a whole bunch of space. I don't care if iOS is like, or if Apple's like, you know what? Like, I mean, look, those apps are so lightweight and they don't take up much space. Like, if you get your 256 gigabyte phone, like, you still have like 200 gigs. Like, I don't give a shit. You're still not giving me the full 256 gigs. And I'm still looking at you, Microsoft, and your Xboxes. You're not giving me the full amount. Don't lie to me. Don't put this bloat on my shit either. Let me choose. To tell you about Spark real quick. I don't know. I mean, it's a good email app that I've been using for a few years now. It's nothing special. It's the only one that I've kind of liked that just works for me. I'm able to use all my different mail servers. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of Gmail stuff, and then my one IMAP. At Major's house, Jesus. I guess that's an IMAP server. Yeah, it's running IMAP.
Oh yeah, I remember. I used to use this.
Oh, did I not include that Google app?
Did you use the free version or did you buy it?
I bought it. So
because I know that there was like an old one, and then there were some like weird things going on with it, and I was just like,
Yeah, so they split. It's like Spark 2 is the old one, and that's the one I bought. The Spark 3 is their new one. You can use it for free, but there were some services that I liked that it's like $7 a month, and I paid that mainly because it's like, look, I am getting spam at an alarming rate. If I tell you to block these emails and you block them and I never have to see them again, fantastic. Keep doing that. Do that shit. Apparently I did not include, I guess I didn't include it because of the fact that it was beta, but I wish I did. Let's not go here because it's not near. Where is it? There it is. So I wanted to cover this one too, since we were talking about bloatware. Android 14, which is now in a developer preview, just came out yesterday, might just be your carrier's worst nightmare because Android 14 has added a new option to see, quote, apps installed in the background, end quote, as spotted by Mishal Rahman, and published on XDA. It's not a user-facing option at the moment. Instead, it's hidden behind a separate, seemingly in-development version of the settings app called Spa, which is gated behind a developer flag. When you open the menu, you'll see a description saying your device manufacturer may install apps on your device in the background or allow your carrier and other partners to do so. That page would list any apps that were installed in the background without your knowledge, and it would let you uninstall them easily. Android 14 is built in a way to uninstall bloatware. That's right, baby. Fuck you. Visual voicemail from Verizon. Fuck you. Deleting you. It's over.
Not y'all breaking up just before Valentine's Day. You hate to see it.
No, I did not pre-order any of those devices. I have a Galaxy S22 Plus and it's really good. Oh my God. Wow. Majority of the people who did this poll are not interested in any of the S23s. But they probably already have a good Samsung already, so yeah. Or maybe they bought the One Plus. Samsung gonna remove that as a feature. Let's see here. Legacy Sprint Sims on T-Mobile are about to be shut down. So if you are on an old phone that you got while Sprint was still a thing, and you haven't checked in with T-Mobile lately, you should probably do so. Just so you know, you don't lose your service. But yeah, kind of random, but major. Have you ever been an outreachy mentor before? I have no idea what that is. I don't know what outreachy is. What is that? And if you're still talking about Sprint, maybe you should get in touch with the youth. Look. This is a former Sprint customer before I became Verizon. Sprint was all right. That's where I got my first taste of Android and 4G when WiMAX was called 4G. And even when I was on Sprint on that WiMAX, I was like, it's not real 4G. It can't be. No, this is because it's still based off CDMA technology. This isn't real, but it's still faster than 3G. Ha. Oh, dude, my phone number is a Sprint original from 1998. My number is a Sprint original from 2004, maybe? Ported it from Sprint to Verizon. I think I got a Sprint phone. I can't remember which one, but the main feature was it had a walkie-talkie. Oh, yeah, you had them Nextel chirps, baby. Oh, man. I was so jealous of folks who had the Nextel, them big, bulky, fucking Nextel Motorola phones. Oh, man. But then Boost came through, and they had the chirp too, but they had the cool looking Motorola's. It was like that brown, it was brown, like a burnt orange color phone. And it was great. I wanted that thing so bad, but you know, I wasn't cool enough to get the walkie-talkie cell phones.
Not you without the sidekick.
Man.
How else are you going to have that Excel spreadsheet come up and then get upset that people didn't text you back?
And see, that's the thing. So I wish I could have had the T-Mobile sidekick. It's why that Aveo or whatever the fuck that damn Steam Deck lookalike thing that they coming out with that looks like a fucking T-Mobile sidekick. I kind of want it. Look, when they came out with the PSP Go, I was like, I wanted that because it looked like a motherfucking T-Mobile sidekick. Fucking flip that shit open. It's like, let's go. I mean, the combination T-Mobile Sprint Nextel Taco Bell. That sounds like a place. Let's see. What the fuck? Yo, I want to see y'all remember this shit, yo. Like the PSP Go. Like, I was sure I could buy one on Amazon. Oh no, I can't. That is expensive. Look at this though. Look at this. Motherfucker slide that shit open. You slide it open to get the controls. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I think this was back when they were talking about like having I think there were like rumors that Sony was making a PSP phone. I was like, you know what? I can see it. Like this I could see this being a phone. But didn't they make one? They did make a PSP phone. It was like an Xperia phone. Yup, there it is. The Xperia Play. Look at this thing. Like, come on, man. Like, would you about this, Kev? Would you about this phone if you can get it?
No.
Why?
Because it's too much. It's too much of one over the other. Like,
oh, come on, man.
It's like either we gaming or I'm making phone calls. Like I'm not down for that. Plus, a lot of us was at the time where we could have easily had one or the other. Our phones didn't have to be
in 2011
a literal thing. 2011, yeah.
In 2011,
again, yeah, I had a phone and then I had my what was it, DS or 3DS at the time. Yeah, so.
But please, you play PSP games on your phone, man.
Nah, I ain't want to do that. Nah, cause
does Kevin look like the kind of mobile game?
PSP.
Oh, see,
he was playing a DS.
Games?
That's what I'm saying, like a PSP
right.
though.
See,
Crisis Core.
Yeah,
Crisis Core, man.
I was the one that had the mobile game. I had the mobiles, but guess what I had? I had my phone, and then I would have my gaming device. So I would be on the phone playing on a mobile device, doing both. I'll be on the phone, or I had my headset, and then I'd be doing my mobile device. I wasn't up for all that. I was not up for all that.
See, this is why shit like this don't make sense. This is why shit like this don't make sense.
I mean, you asked me, and I told you.
This is why shit like this don't make sense. I just think it's cool though. I think it's cool. Well, then it was cool as well. Like when this came out, it was so cool because like, oh my god, like I could have both of them at once. Yeah, now it's like I can't play phone. I can't play games on my phone like that. Except, I ain't been playing Bejeweled a lot. It's a sickness.
You know something? If that is the case, then I hope your recovery is swift.
It won't be. It won't be. It's bad. Like I'll be jonesing for Fire Emblem, but then I'll be like on my phone, say, you know what? I could be playing Bejeweled right now, and then I'll just turn on Bejeweled, and then I'm sitting there all Bejeweled, be like, yo, didn't I want to play Fire Emblem? I'll get on Fire Emblem after I finish Bejeweled. Oh my goodness. On to gaming news. Wait, hold on. Oh, I missed something. Oh yeah, DVD said, I wouldn't buy any phone with a snap action unless it's the kind that had... Okay, does anybody know what mobile phone that was? Like, what was the model of that phone? I wanted that phone.
What?
The phone from The Matrix.
With the snap action? What do you mean? The one that you like close it like this?
No, it's the one where they pushed the button and the shit fucking just popped open.
Oh.
It's like you hit a button and it just like slid open like it was spring loaded.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god. Or either it was spring loaded or they were really fucking fast with opening that shit. See, damn it, now I gotta look that shit up.
It's the way that we were just like, we're gonna talk about this, and it's just like, no,
yeah, there it is.
That's what we're doing.
The Nokia 88110. The phone was also the first GSM cell phone to use an ARM processor. Wow, okay.
It's like, oh, we're fancy.
I know. Oh, but it didn't sound like, yeah, it doesn't look like it's supposed to, yeah, it looks like it's like a sliding action. So yeah, I think it's the thing of like they were just like really quick to open the fucking phone. It was also the first Nokia phone with the monochrome graphic LCD. Oh shit, they made a newer one? That came out in what, 2017? Maybe? 2019. Oh my god. Oh, it was a firmware release. Oh, so yeah, 2018 maybe? I don't know. But there's a 4G model of this fucking phone with this little slide cut. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool, man. Wait, how are we keeping you sane while doing your tax? I feel like taxes would just override all of that. Anywho, let's get into video game news. Anka, I know you have not listened to me when I told you this, but just know that you are safe now when you go play your GTA role play, because Grand Theft Auto 5 is now safe to play on a PC. They have fixed the bugs. See, Merge has all the answers. Just don't do your taxes. Just don't do them.
Well, I mean, do we want to talk about that? Because word on the street is like, they're just like, we're not saying don't do your taxes, but we are saying, hey, if you did them a little bit slower so that we didn't have to run all of y'all back this money all at the same time, that would be kind of nice.
That's for the folks who are probably gonna get money, because I won't. Haven't for years.
Such is the cost of living a life of bespoke solutions.
I know. But yeah, so earlier last month, Grand Theft Auto 5 was being played by a bug that caused malicious actors to go and fuck up your shit on the internet. So it was advised people not play GTA 5 online. People didn't listen. They still did it anyway. So hopefully they're okay out in these streets. But yeah, as of the 3rd, GTA is good to go. They fixed the hole. Excuse me, you should be good to go. For Destiny 2 players, Destiny 2 is going to be offline on February 27th for maintenance and Lightfall preloading. So hope y'all find something else to do at the end of the month. Your AMD stock ain't doing so hot. Can y'all buy more? Look, I'm using all the Ryzens I got. You can buy me a Wraith cooler. I'm looking for the Wraith Prism RGB cooler for Major Lab, so it can run cooler and possibly quieter, because it's really loud in my closet. I can sometimes hear it in my sleep. Not really, but sometimes, maybe, possibly. Ruin, we've been talking about it in the server, man. There's a Spire on there. There's a Wraith Spire on it for the Ryzen 7 2700. Anka has my 3900X CPU cooler when I sent her the Ryzen 2700. Yeah, so Anka has
just like, listen, we're struggling out here. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Anka has my my Ryzen 9 cooler. So I'm stuck with my old Ryzen 7 one. And yeah, when I ran it Monday on stream, you could see where I was concerned at the CPU temps. I'm like, that's high for it just to be sitting in the BIOS. Something's not okay here. it's not like it's dangerously high, but 50C is not where it should be when it's just on BIOS and not really doing anything. But yeah, as I said, Destiny 2 will be offline for maintenance on February 27th, so they can fix some things. So yeah, Destiny 2 players, there's other games to play. Might I suggest? Well, let's see, February 27th, The Witcher 3 is coming out. We're gonna be playing Witcher 3 on Major Club.
I'm also
Major
going
Launch.
to suggest, just for the dialogue and the enjoyment alone, play yourself some Validate.
Oh, you want to talk about dating sims right now?
I mean, we can get into that later if you want to, but it's an enjoyable time.
No, we can do it right now. We can talk about dating sims right now. Like the fact that Overwatch. Oh wait, hold on. Overwatch 2 is finally giving fans a dating simulator for Valentine's Day.
You know, y'all let me know, because the one thing I want to say here is that, you know, I'm pretty sure that there have been a handful of things that the fans of Overwatch have asked for, and none of them have been a dating sim.
Okay, so if trying to date Mercy or Genji is not your thing, what about Doomfist as One Punch Man? And this isn't just a coincidental skin. This is actually Overwatch 2's first IP collab with actual One Punch Man. This is Doomfist literally dressed as Saitama.
I can't even really be upset like, considering that it's Doomfist, I can't even be upset.
Just if the fans aren't looking for dating sims, are they looking for a Saitama?
If you're not looking for a Saitama, please raise your hand, and so we can escort you out of the room promptly before we continue with our podcast for today. Thank you for your service, Major. We appreciate you.
All right, see y'all later. So yeah, that's what's happening this weekend for the next few weeks on Overwatch. For those who are looking forward to playing The Last of Us Part 1 on PC, it's getting a short delay. Looks like it'll be released on March 28th instead of March 3rd. So, isn't The Last of Us already on PC?
Nope.
Oh, okay. That's what was confusing. It's like so many Last of Us things that are happening lately. It's like
that would be Days Gone.
well, no, not
Days
zombie
Gone
games.
by.
I understand the difference between Days Gone and The Last of Us, but I could have sworn Last of Us was already on PC.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you were looking forward to The Last of Us, it's delayed to the end of March. So
So
just a
instead,
little bit
go and
longer.
pull some of those, just wait a little bit longer, and then in the meantime, go continue working on that backlog, or maybe go dust off the island that you have in Animal Crossing that you probably long since abandoned for a few months, squash some cockroaches, and let your villagers yell at you.
I would say, maybe you can catch up on CrossfireX, but no, you can't, because it's going away. Finally, nobody wanted that shit and it's going away. I thought it was going to be cool, but it wasn't. I hated it. And I'm glad it's dying in a fire.
Yeah. You know something, Major? If you have some feelings about this, I would encourage you for your melanated enjoyment to just have a scroll on down the page and read just like the top three comments in the comment section.
Boy, I tell you, these rules just happen to pop up out of nowhere. And can't really fault Remedy. The SP campaign, the single player campaign had keeping the lights on written all over it. Ooh. The game was trash. Good riddance. Yeah, I guess transplanting a subpar Eastern COD clone and giving it the same name of a infomercial workout plan is not a great recipe for success. I would say something about the need for better game preservation, but in this case, it's probably best just to bury this and leave it as a skeleton in Remedy's closet.
I thought you would appreciate those.
The one time I actually agree with the comment section.
You saw it here first.
The one time. Doesn't happen often.
Wonderful.
It doesn't happen all the time, but there is an archive of me playing this fucking game. And between the repeat copies of books that this man owned in his house, the fact that apparently he was too tall or too short, oh my God, that game was just so... I can't believe I was excited to play that shit. There are not many games that I play that I am disappointed with, but honestly, the worst game I played that I thought would be good and was disappointed by it, the top game for that was Killzone Shadowfall. CrossfireX takes the cake now. I now want to go play Killzone Shadowfall to see if it's just like how I would receive that after playing CrossfireX. Remedy's making a VR game? Also, Smilegate, you've made better games. I mean, I guess this is what happens when you don't have access to CSGO in China, but or Korea or wherever Smilegate is. Oh, Smilegate. Okay. Yeah, like this may be good over there. It did not translate. It's like, I mean, we have CSGO. We did not need this, and they are right. The gamers are actually right about this one. We didn't need this. We got CSGO. Granted, it's not on Xbox, but at that point, then they've got Call of Duty. Or will they? Activision Blizzard will pay $35 million to settle SEC charges over its handling of the complaints. The agency had also accused the company of violating a whistleblower protection rule. The SEC order finds that Activision Blizzard failed to implement necessary controls to collect and review employee complaints about workplace misconduct, which left it without the means to determine whether larger issues existed that needed to be disclosed to investors. So it's just, they just went around, just hit all the complaint boxes. It's like, hey, please put your complaints here. It's like, no, we don't need this. Just take it off the wall. Nah, we're the perfect company. Also, it does make me it makes me want to know, who did they pay to get that best place to work award that they got, like, what was it, 2 years ago when all this shit started happening?
Probably the same people that they paid for the settlement, but let me not.
Wow. Also, another ABK thing that's not on here. So apparently the UK is saying, no, we're not going to approve this merger between ABK and Microsoft unless something gets sold off. I've heard that Call of Duty has to be sold off. But of course, other people are saying either Activision, Blizzard, or Call of Duty needs to be sold off. So I'm gonna present this question. I'm gonna see if I can put a poll in the chat real quick. Let's see. Which should be sold off for MS ABK deal. Activision, Blizzard, King, Call of Duty, neither. So while that poll is running, I'm going to ask you, gentlemen, of Activision, King, Blizzard, Call of Duty, or neither of them, what do you think should happen in order for the ABK Microsoft deal to go through?
Would you believe me if I just said no, categorically to the whole thing?
So,
Yeah.
so you are now opposed to this deal altogether.
Can we get a capitalism in chat, please?
Unfortunately, no, because that's broken. Because it's only in the VMix. It's only in the VMix scenes.
I got you, Playboy. Capitalism. There you go.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep.
So, Kev, what about you? What do you think? What do you think? What would you like to see happen to make this deal happen, or do you think it shouldn't?
I mean, to be fair, I couldn't care less. Like to me, you know, I'm like, let me get the lighter fluid, and somebody get me a match, and just burn this whole motherfucker to the ground. Because I'm like, I have not felt as close as I was to a Blizzard act. I ain't played a Call of Duty since 2. I have not played a Blizzard game since Diablo 3, and that was a terrible experience. And that was a rough experience. No, I take it back. I did play Overwatch, and I did play Overwatch 2, and it drove me to Paladins. That's how exactly how much I really did not give a shit about Overwatch. The only reason why I played Overwatch was because of you, Major, and I uninstalled it the moment we were done, because I was like, you know what? Let me go try Paladins. Because at least I know at least Paladins lies to me and disrespects me, but at least it's honest about it. Okay? So let's not even go there.
It lies to you, but it's honest about it.
At least it doesn't make me feel like I'm the problem. It's the problem.
It lies to you, but at least it's honest about it.
Right. It lies to my face, but it's telling me I'm lying to your face. I'm lying to you.
The nerve, honestly, and the audacity.
This is the one truth you're going to get from me, but I'm honest. So this is the one truth. It's honest. But at the end of this one good truth, I'm lying the entire time. That's Paladins. That's Paladins. Overwatch is on some BS, but we're not going to talk about that.
What's the truth? What's the truth that Paladins was telling?
That it was going to lie to him.
That's the one and only truth they will tell you.
What did they lie to you about, Kevin? Tell us the story.
Bring it to the altar. Like that they were going to take care of the whole support class. They literally uprooted their entire card-based system to literally have to bring it back because the community base was revolting. The fact that there are characters that are at least good but not good enough, that there are little FU characters to combat other characters, but at least it's fun enough and is engaging enough to be able to at least have a chance of play and progression. I think DD can do a better job. Of telling you the why fors and the why abouts it. But there's a reason why Overwatch is uninstalled and Paladin is still on my computer, because at least I can have a good time with it. It's a terrible experience, but at least I can have a good time with it. Overwatch was a mind-numbingly experience, and I didn't have a good time, and I uninstalled it promptly after that. At least Paladins is on Steam. That is the one good part of it. I don't have to install BlizzNet to be able, or BattleNet in order to play it. I have to go through two different things. I gotta go through. I gotta blow off the dust of a login. I gotta like install that, install Paladin, install Overwatch.
Okay, actually, let's be real. You have to do all of that, but before you can do any of that, you have to call customer service. Customer service, I haven't logged in here in like 3 years, and I can't remember my password, nor this username that you want me to remember. I haven't had to deal with anything ending with a £sign and additional numbers since Discord. Right. Please help me.
Right. The only like terrible thing when it comes to Paladins is it still has the old KKS gaming profile, and I'm too tired and too lazy to even create a new account to do it. I just said, you know what? I'll just live with the KKS.
You know what makes me so sad is that I had finally gotten to a point where I was just like, all right, I'm going to do this battle.net thing and figure out what my username and password is for it. Figured it out, got it to a point that I could reset it, and then Blizzard was on some fuck shit, and I'm just like, never mind, I'm just gonna uninstall it and forget it again, but permanently this time, because I'm never gonna ask for it.
Right. Like, there is not one Blizzard game. There is not one Blizzard game that I am excited for. And the one inkling would have been that even the acquisition, the cool thing that I was looking forward to the acquisition was the fact that maybe finally Blizzard games and Activision games would actually be on Steam or Epic and not be on some its own BS platform that has to be logged in. And we can actually do account sharing where we can actually play Overwatch on actual Steam, a platform that we all have, a platform that we all like, a platform that we all deal with and have good experiences with, that platform. That was the only thing. So if Microsoft does not buy Blizzard ABK, I don't care. Set it ablaze. I don't care, because what they could have done is, even now during the midst of the acquisition, they can still be like, all right, cool. Since y'all gonna buy us anyway, just put all our games on Game Pass and put it on Steam and ease the transition in. But no, they're waiting for the sale. So again, it doesn't really matter. So again, Activision has to pay more money to people that they should have paid the money to. Good. God bless you. Bobby Kotick is still on there. We still don't care. Again, set the mug on fire. I'm not excited about Diablo 4 to still be the same, to be a better version of Diablo 3, but with shinier graphics. Bump it.
Okay, first thing you said with shinier graphics. Who are they paying for those? Also, hey, not for nothing, for everyone else who was watching at home, Path of Exile, if you really need that experience, Path of Exile is right there. Go have at it.
I still need to pick that. I have it. I own it.
Torchlight 2.
Played it.
Torchlight 2 is better. Torchlight 2 is a better dungeon crawler in my opinion. Avoid Torchlight 3 because that's a hot mess. But again, that's what happens when you close down. That's what happens when you close down the old studio and then create a second game that's merely a live servicey version of the second, the game that everybody loves, and then it get tanked, and then people are still buying the second game for $5 on sale because it's the better game. But I ain't gonna go there. But yeah,
I mean, something, get into it, Pastor. Get into it.
Because again, if the more, I'm gonna tell you right now, the more profitable part of ABK is king mobile games, because mobile games makes consistent millions, if not billions of dollars in revenue right there. There's your billions there. There's your millions there. It's king. So it's Candy Crush. It's always been Candy Crush. So I for one don't care, but I for one don't care.
Remember when Microsoft went after ZeniMax and we blinked and then they own ZeniMax?
Yeah, because it was because it was like,
Cause ain't nobody give a
okay.
shit about Fallout or Elder Scrolls.
No, nobody didn't. But and you know what? Nobody was up in arms about it. It wasn't the fact they bought a company. It's always been the fact they bought another one, and they were like, oh. Nobody blinked an eye when they bought Double Fine. Nobody blinked an eye when they bought Ninja what is it, Ninja Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody blinked an eye when they bought a whole host of studios, you know, like they was old auntie in a Goodwill. Nobody thought about that. But yet, and then when they bought ZeniMax, oh, okay. Then they bought but then nobody cared about ZeniMax because it was Fallout and it was Bethesda. And we were wondering when Todd was gonna like torpedo the company his damn self. Because they're fun bugs. They're fun bugs. They add a little spiciness to the gameplay.
I mean, to be fair, people do like those games though. The only people who didn't like them were Sony, were the Sony fans, and I also think that's why nobody cared from the Sony fans. Well, the games never really ran on PlayStation, so okay, fine, whatever. Y'all can have that.
But once Call of Duty was threatened,
is it what now?
For what now? Who? Call of Duty.
And it's like ain't nobody mentioned Overwatch. Ain't nobody mentioned any other ABK property except Call of Duty.
Nobody gave a damn about Red. Nobody gave a damn about Red Faction.
My credit score changed, guys.
Nobody gave a damn about Red Faction. Nobody gave a damn about WoW or Overwatch or StarCraft. Nobody gave a crap about Warcraft or none of that things. Nobody gave a crap about Candy Crush. I understand if somebody gave a crap about Candy Crush.
It was still going to come to a mobile phone anyway, so
it was still going to be on mobile phones anyway.
Candy Crush isn't on PlayStation.
No, it's not. But as soon as because really what it is like Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's all it was. Because that's all anybody has ever complained about. That's the only thing anybody is talking about is Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, I was like, look, just sell that.
Anything else.
Just sell Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Just sell Call of Duty.
Because I'm like, if Uncle Phil is like, we don't need it.
I just want to be able to play Diablo 4, or I want to play Diablo 3 again, or just Diablo 4 and not have to pay for it because I have Game Pass.
Let me break down some of let's say nobody gave a shit about Crash or like Tony Hawk. It was all about Call of Duty, and Call of Duty.
Well, I mean,
multiples.
Activision also does not care about Crash or Tony Hawk.
Definitely don't. Don't. Of all of the different franchises, nobody cares about Singularity. They don't care about the DJ or the Guitar Heroes. None of that stuff. All they cared about was Call of Duty.
That's because that's the only thing
that they're fighting about is Call of Duty.
I mean, granted, Activision did put out some Crash recently.
Yeah, put out some Crash. Like so they do care about Crash because we've
not
actually
to but not Crash. To an extent, not to the same extent.
Not to the extent of like we're gonna make a new Crash game, but it's always Call of Duty. Like we're gonna make a new we're not gonna make a new Crash game every year, 2 years.
We were lucky to have that.
They don't care about that.
Crash multiplayer. Oh yeah, that's right. They did make that Crash multiplayer. They did announce that.
Yeah. They came out with a whole new Crash game. That was wild to me. Crash 4, like something in time.
No, it's a multiplayer game. Like it was like a Smash clone or something like that.
I know what you're talking about. I know about the Smash clone. I'm talking about a brand new Crash game in the year of our Lord, like what was it, like 2020, 2021?
Yeah, I think I own it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. I'm not talking about the remake.
No,
we're talking about a brand new ass game.
No, I own that remake. Yeah, I own the remake.
Oh yeah, I got the remake too. But I ain't played it yet because I
played it on Steam Deck.
I got that and Spyro, but I ain't get to have that.
Yeah, that's right. Damn, I got that too. And that's right. They got Spyro too.
Yeah.
You see how earlier when we talked about there being game delays, and I said y'all can easily just play stuff that's in your backlog.
Again,
like, people have games that they forgot that they have.
Major Round. Well, I'm talking about I forgot what games Activision had.
It's like
Sure,
it's
I
me,
also own them too, but I forgot Activision also made those games.
it's me on the vein of what Major says, you know, it's not a flex, it's a cry for help.
Yep.
But where it's like it's not about you forgetting the games. It's like, oh no, I know they're there. But
Yeah, I know
just
they're
don't
there.
have.
I'm
but
just
I just
choosing
don't
to
have
ignore
time.
them because these new ones are out.
It's like I just don't have time and energy to play the games unless I have the time and energy to play the games.
No,
It's like my energy is speaking to me, and it's saying against the storm. It's saying play these demos. It's saying play Stardew. That's what my energy is saying.
It's not the fact. So mine is, it's not the fact that I forgot these games exist. It's the fact that I don't have the energy to go through the list of the games that I own to figure out what I want to play.
It's like,
so I'll just go for the new one because, hey, that's on the top. It's right there.
It's that game that is like a beautiful woman, and that woman is telling you, come play me with beautiful lingerie on. That's what these games are like.
Yeah.
These games are really
is Sunday playing in the background?
For this time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like this game is telling me, I know you want to play this. Like a couple days ago, I got a hankering to play Power Wash. And I played Power Wash for 3 hours because that game is awesome. And that game is awesome and easy and is good to go with. Now I could have played the myriad of new games that I have, but it's like this game calls to me, and that's what happens. I got time for them.
Yeah, I could play. Yeah, I could have been playing Jedi Fallen Order like I'm supposed to this month.
Mm-hmm.
But compare, like, let's look at the two games I'm playing this month: Jedi Fallen Order, Fire Emblem.
Right.
Guess which one I'm playing more?
Right, and it's like with like Horizons, I love that game. I adore that game. The game has good story. You know, it looks good and runs well on my PC. But
Power Wash,
exactly. But Power Wash, but House Flipper.
Yes, I wish I could say that. But no, the thing that was keeping me from playing Horizons was, but PC not running it while streaming. So
right.
Wargroove.
Yeah, it was technical issues. It was like
Vampire Survivor. Oh my god, that's like literally everything. That's everything else. When you introduce Vampire Survivor, it's like I can be playing all of these games, but Vampire Survivor.
But Vampire Survivors, exactly. It's like here are all these games I could be playing, but what I will be playing are the 3 or 4 comfort games that I love so much that make me happy from the inside out.
I think that kind of just comes down to certain things, right? Well, I mean, obviously, I don't think any of us like specifically play video games as like a full-time job and all of that, right?
Would really be nice.
Would be nice.
So the main thing there is, you know, I think you're kind of talking about, you know, in a like not, you know, jokes aside here, things that we do. We play games because we enjoy them. Sometimes it's kind of like, how come you didn't clear out the backlog? Because I like games that bring me comfort, because that's what I bought them for. I bought games to enjoy. Mm-hmm. And these are the ones that I enjoy, so I will continue playing them.
Yeah.
Until the code falls off. And then, you know, maybe I will pick a completely different thing.
Right. I'm gonna freshen up the collection, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll finish this one game, or I'll just be like, let me just play 30 or 40 hours of just this one beautiful game that I love so much. Or I'm gonna play this as I'm like listening to like true crime podcasts. That's Dorfromatic, that's like Town Scraper, that's like Power Wash, where I'm like, dude,
okay, Dorfromatic, you better talk to me about that. Talk to me about that.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that, Scene. I feel seen and I feel heard. Because I'm telling you, like, they ain't only a handful of people that play that game that know how absolutely chill but slightly frustrating it is to be like, dang, why won't that tile line up the way I want it to line up? I want to put this town here, but this river won't river, and these tracks won't track. And I'm tired of this.
Testify.
You know, like, dang, do I want to extend out this town or this forest? How do I want to do that? So yeah, and but yeah, yeah. Many times I just find myself like, do I want to like get into like this open world awesome epic, or do I just want to like play like Slay the Spire for like 3 or 4 hours and get that good run going, or try to figure out what my decks look like, or do I want to play like this city builder, or do I want to play this like puzzle game? Because but anyway, to the term of where I am with ABK, F them and F Bobby Kotick. So yeah, I don't
specifically like twice on that list.
Look, I'm not here. I'm not gonna be rah sis boom ba with this merger, because corporations and who cares about corporations? That just means Phil got to crack his knuckles a little bit harder, and it's gonna be real awkward at E3 when no, I'm sorry, they're not gonna be at E3, but it's gonna be real awkward at like Davos when like Phil and like Jim see each other, and it's gonna be like real awkward during that breakfast buffet. But yeah,
I don't think Phil can afford to go to Davos.
Phil can go. Phil and Jim gonna be at Davos.
I don't think Phil can afford going to Davos.
I think Phil. He don't gotta. We know a lot. We know in these spaces, you ain't gotta afford to go to Davos. My governor went to Davos, and that's why. And if my governor can go to Davos, and ain't nobody asked for him to go to Davos, and who asked him to be in Davos, then I think Phil could go to Davos.
All right, this is the last thing, because I know we got to move on. Speaking of Davos,
yeah,
of course that makes me think of Kristen Cinema. Can somebody explain to me why this woman constantly looks like she's dressing for a Hunger Game?
This woman looks like she teaches divinity. She looked like the parapro that teaches divinity for Luna Lovegood. That's what I'm trying to tell you. She looked like one of the parapros for the charm class.
I don't know, I looked up Kristen Cinema and this dude shows up. Not entirely sure why.
If you looked up Kristen Cinema,
there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Why does she look like? Oh, this motherfucker too. But why does she look like she prepared for a Hunger Game? Mm-hmm. Also, let's see here. I'll never be in your favor. Damn, what was it? State of the Union.
She's skinned a polar bear for that coat.
Like, what is this? What is this? What is she wearing? Why?
She looks like a Werther's original. That's what she looks like. She looks like the rapper of a Werther's original. Oh, I love that. The frilled lizard. I love that.
Or this one?
Yeah. Big Bird. No, don't do Big Bird like that. Big Bird don't do it.
Tell it. Oh my God! Really? What the fuck, bro? What the?
Oh, that's funny, because that actually does make sense.
Like,
I just threw this together.
And I'm glad they showed this one too. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, why? I'm on the site that should not be named, but here we are.
It's giving.
Like, like, how more villain can you look right now than like these two motherfuckers?
I've never seen a more aggressively
young. I am aware that this is not the first time cinema has looked like this. It's just that because like I was watching, late night shit this afternoon, and they showed her wearing this. Like, why is it every time I see Kristen Cinema on TV, she looks like Elizabeth Banks character, every fucking time.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
But then, of course, I love this here where somebody said that they look like Cruella DeVille and one of the evil stepsisters from Cinderella.
That stepsister has a name. What is her name?
Drizella? According to this tweet, it's Drizella.
Drizella, yep.
Cruella and Drizella.
Yep. They have names and they have
Signature
they
looks.
have role actors. They have role actors. You can't see them. I'd be like, they pull up.
So MTG and Chris Cinema are cosplaying as Disney villains? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Don't do Cruella like that. Cruella worked hard.
She looked rough as shit in the 101 Dalmatian Street. Like, damn. All right.
Yep.
More news. Who's watching the big sports ball match this weekend?
I don't think I can. I don't have cable no more. I don't know.
I will decidedly not be doing that. I will await all possible reports. Basically, here's what I'm going to wait for. I'm going to wait for the thing that I wait for every year and a half for the last 5 years or so, which is people getting on Twitter and sharing clips of what the halftime show looks like and enjoying the performances there and then continuing on with my evening. I will probably be playing Final Fantasy XI or Raid Shadow Legends or Slay the Spire or something like this.
Not as many people on Mastodon are actually covering sports like that. So I will not see anything unless I actually watch it. Also, while I'm watching TV, I tend not to look at Twitter. So, there's that. Anywho, if you want to skip all of that and you just want to sit there and say, I'd rather somebody just tell me who's going to win before they win, it's whatever. Cool. Madden's got you covered because Madden 23 has predicted that the Eagles will beat the Kansas City Chiefs 31-17.
Oh Lord. If that happens, we got to tell Dip to be like, Dip, I'm gonna need you to hang in there.
They were already tearing up the city of Philadelphia when they won the champion the regional championship match or whatever the fuck it was.
What do you mean? I'm just gonna say, who do you mean they? Because I know who is not included in that audience.
The city of Philadelphia, whatever it is, but of course the news reports definitely will not show many drops of melanin. At least not hanging from signposts.
Or setting cars on fire.
That too.
I'm waiting for the Abbott Elementary episode about that win.
Yep.
I'm waiting for Quinta's response.
Of course, we talked about games dropping like flies all over the place. Respawn sunsets arenas, adds team deathmatch and playlist to Apex Legends. Of course, this is after Respawn is pulling the plug on Apex Legends Mobile. EA also pulling the plug on a Battlefield game. CrossfireX disappearing. Rumbleverse getting its plug pulled. And I believe Knockout City, they're turning the servers offline, but they are releasing an update to allow, like, I think custom servers to be created. That way people can still play it online, just
That's
not
nice.
on their servers. Which, again, I feel like if you are making a live service game where it is nothing but multiplayer, before you take this shit offline, like Anno did, I think Anno did this.
Yes.
And like Knockout City is doing, patching shit to allow people to make their own servers and allow them to still play the game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
go ahead and do that.
There's that, but I feel like, Evo there's an article over here that immediately made me think of you. Evo's the homie though. What's up, Evo? I have I would like the thoughts from both of you about like kind of the whole, like kind of seeing this, like the low parts of it, the rise, hitting a peak, and now the drop off of this bell curve when it comes to games like being streamed as a service is like kind of like live stream games as a service is concerned. How do y'all feel about that?
I mean, it was a response to gamers playing a game and dying and then selling it off, only for it to get in, only for these games to go into a secondary market where companies like GameStop were making the most of the money and the publishers weren't. So of course they went, well, what if we make them live service and then put them all online? And then when we turn up the servers, then the disc is fucking useless to everybody. And now nobody gets the money. Ha ha ha.
Because there's also, Evo, I don't think we've gotten to that article yet, but when we get there, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. So things like, not just like these games retiring and the live service for them ending, and like keep in mind, I expect a lot more of this to follow for like the foreseeable future, but also things about how we feel about just like general like things like this, because I feel like this isn't going to be like an uncommon thing.
It's not an uncommon thing. So sunsetting these services is, in and of itself, is not uncommon. What is uncommon is the fact that these games came out recently.
Oh yeah, and within
the past 2 years recently.
Like we're just looking at grand opening, grand closing.
Yes,
and I have
that's
to,
the issue. That is the issue at hand. Not the fact that online games go away, because servers are fucking expensive. If it's lived a long time, like, look, we can't keep these servers on, we got to turn them off. Get that. It is the fact that Apex Legends Mobile only just recently came out. All of these games have come out since I've lived in this house. I have not lived here 2 years. Well, no, it's been 2 years at this point. But
I mean, also let's also consider, like, right, that timeline matches another certain timeline that we also have to look at. So
COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
You know, like being like, wow, this sure does match a whole bunch of. So basically, what y'all saying is like y'all had to like literally pack up, possibly, right? I'm not saying that this is absolutely a thing. This is obvious, like some speculation here, but y'all really having to pack up shop because people decided that they're finally ready in mass to regularly go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, look at the tech industry right now. Everybody's scaled up because of the pandemic. And this is also weird too, how this worked, but I'll get to that in a second. But like they structured everything around the pandemic, set up all this stuff because everybody's going to be inside all the time looking for shit to play. They made these games, made a bunch of them. And then when people started leaving to go do their things and then went back to their old staples, like, Call of Duty, Fortnite, what have you. Oh my God, nobody is talking to you. Shut up.
I mean, if that's what you really want, I can.
I know what the thumbnail for this show is going to be now.
It's going to be
my little HomePod mini just sitting there.
You just sit there like, and the thing that's saying, shut up. No, the bubble off current screen saying,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Anywho, but yeah, it's like they made so many of these, then people, like, they went out and about, they went back to the regulars because that's all they had time for, if any games. And they just kind of faded away. Like, it's easy to play Apex Legends Mobile when you aren't moving about, when you're not driving, when you're not having to worry about going in and out of service because you're riding in a train or something like that.
And
go ahead.
and a lot of these like smaller, more curated titles where you don't need, where it's like, oh, I could just save anywhere
Yeah.
and I could just play these games.
Except for Horizon. Fuck Horizon.
Except for Horizon. Yeah, Horizon. You know, and more, you know, of the, you know, the good smaller titles, the good interesting titles, the day ones, the ones that people are like, yeah, I don't want to fucking play like game. And a live service. I don't feel like playing a live services game. I'd rather just play a Call of Duty. Where I just make the one person.
And like there, I mean, well, Call of Duty itself is live service, but
yeah,
it's the thing where it's like these games were all created during the pandemic to sort of just like, hey, we want something. Like, I'm here playing games all the time. Call of Duty is now getting old and stale for me. Because again, like all these games were made famous or like really kind of popped off because they were being streamed. Because streamers and their audiences were just sitting at home all the damn time. They can easily pick up a phone, pick up a controller, pick up your user mouse keyboard or whatever, and play these games that were here. But now those audiences are dried up because they went somewhere else, or now people are living their lives outside and the numbers just aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm just like, yo, there's something to be said about how many games exist that are just kind of like popcorn games like that, let's say. But like looking at like these trends like this is kind of like, I guess the difference between like a game that just sunsets because it has lived its life. It has done its thing. It has been here for a long time. And we just went, you know something? This has been a wonderful ride. We've enjoyed these 5 years, 7 years, 10 years with you. We're going to pack this up and we're going to move on to this other project. And servers might be shutting down and all of this. Right?
And that's fine. And that's totally fine.
This feels almost, but like those games, when they built them to be like, we want to try to make this last as long as possible. It feels like these things were very much not made that way. And
the 10-year cycle. Yeah.
You know, like they're just like, we're not making these things to last as long as possible. We're trying to make as much, I guess, profit from this as we can in the shortest amount of time.
Right.
It's, you know, like general, like this is like not anything new as far as like stream services, online services, SaaS things, etc., startup companies and all of that are concerned. But it's one of those, the amount of that that's happened in the last couple of years is alarming because I'm just like,
I mean, so but who's to say too that? But who's to say too that a lot of these games that popped up that are leaving weren't made expressly for that purpose?
That's what I just.
I'm saying like it was only like, oh, okay, like essentially like they were made only to just exist during this bubble, and that's it. Like like these games shutting down. Nobody is like the developers and creators are not sad about it. Like, man, it really sucks we lost the play. It was like, oh well, yep, it ran its course. Good, peace out. We're going to do something else. This is only a passion project because we were bored and we didn't have anything to work on.
You know, like and I guess if it's that, then it's that. It's also one of those things that, I guess it's bittersweet in a way. You know, you would think at least. Like for me with games, a lot of the games that I play and come back to regularly, like things I've just had for ages. So things like the MMO that I play is a game that has existed since like 2001, and people are just since like, how is this game not like that game had like a whole PS2 function and everything, and like it still exists on PC and people are still playing it. And it's one of those, like, it's starting to see a little bit of a resurgence too. It's one of those are the kind of games that I like kind of grew up around, like things of just like, this thing has been here forever. It has like these long legacies and things. So it's just strange to run into so many at one time. Games just being like, well, you know, that's over. Awesome. Congratulations. You know, and off to the next thing. It feels weird.
Yeah, because with me, I found like solace with like good old games like GOG where I'm able to play games that that I haven't played since I was like in middle school or high school or early college or young adult Kev, that I have access to because of the resurgence of like old and retro games. So when these servers like get logged off, then they're like custom games, and they're like custom servers where people can still play the games that they love with the people that who love to play them. And that's also good. You have to incorporate that kind of you can incorporate that kind of support, because we know server costs are high. And it would be kind of like really cool if they just did that and extended out the longevity of these games. So with custom server hosting, and that, so that these games could live on for years and years and years for a fan base that loves them.
And also,
These games,
and that also creates a nice little market for folks who, like, for companies who run those custom servers.
yeah.
So it's nice that at least like Knockout City could possibly be an income earner for a whole bunch of other people. Because hey, you want to rent a server to run your game? Here we go.
And I think like kind of to your earlier point of being like, why didn't y'all just, if y'all are gonna sunset it, then fine, then why don't you just like leave this for somebody else who wants to run it? Because obviously, for one thing, people's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if people spend a whole bunch of, like, because these games have microtransactions, like bought the cosmetics and all this other stuff. Like that's a whole separate thing I have feelings about, but we're going to ignore that for now. If someone wants to, if it's one of those things of being like, even if y'all don't want to maintain it or can't maintain it or can't afford to maintain it, if someone else can, let them.
Open source it.
Like, just let that joy exist in the world somewhere.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But see, that's the issue with live service games, is like it's too much proprietary shit in it to where they can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And all the proprietary stuff was there just because, I'm guessing they assumed it was good marketing, which I'm just like, I also hate that if the game disappears, because I have heard about these things, and I think it's a really good thing to have. I like the idea of a preservation of history through media, so things like music, movies, comics, newspapers, books, all of that stuff. And knowing that there are video game archives of things that I played when I was like 5 or 8 or 11, but like, if we were to try to make an archive of half of the things that have been out in the last 2 years, like half of it would be missing, is concerning. And mind you, that's hyperbole for obvious reasons. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the code base for a lot of these games are gone because of the fact that they were on Subversion servers, Git servers, that something happened to them and the data's corrupted. Or the fact that just because like it's proprietary, we'll never see it because it's just locked away somewhere. It's a thing where like it would be nice if we could get that code and keep it preserved. But it's another thing too where I'm glad platforms like Twitch and YouTube exist. Where if we don't have the games themselves, we have enough people generating content to where there is a unique possibility, even if it's just the developers themselves, creating videos of their games and uploading it somewhere that can be accessed. So, hey, there is a video for this obscure game. We now at least know what it was about. Like, we've got the developer talking about it, breaking down the systems. And we have this one, like this 15-minute dev diary of this one obscure game. And it's preserved that way. I know it's not the most ideal solution, but I feel like that's one tool.
That would be better than nothing.
Right. It's like some games that were out in the past 30, like from 30 years ago. The only thing we may have for it is like a instruction booklet. Nobody can find the carts. But at least now, like, hey, we've got a live stream, a YouTube video, a TikTok, something, an Instagram reel, Instagram picture. Like something to say that this game did exist in some capacity. So I would even say, like, look, if you want to get out there and you like, I'm gonna speak to those who want to get into content creation and say, look, I'm not making it big because the games I'm playing aren't being. Look, play obscure games. Do it for the future. Just play fucking obscure ass games.
Like
Make
me.
sure you save it somewhere. Put it on YouTube. Keep those videos. Put them in as many places as you can. That way, in the future, somebody can come across your content and say, this person has been playing obscure games from 2022 up until 2032.
Yeah.
They were playing thousands of games. They got thousands of videos on these games. We can't find the code because they were obscure Steam titles, which disappeared because Steam, like the great Steam crash of 2025, where they lost half of their library. But somebody
Fire
played
Nation
these
finally
games,
attacked.
right? But somebody played all of these games, and we have some record of it.
Yeah, that's what I love about. There's this one YouTuber called Nerd Slayer, and they do a series called Death of a Game, and they really break down like the causes. Like they break down from the game's inception to the game's end, and they also break down the reasons why that game failed. And it's like really like almost like an A&E Discovery Plus level true crime documentary breakdown of events on the game. And I like it though, and I really do. And so probably a few of the games that we mentioned are probably going to be series for that Death of the Game. And then also like Matt McMuscles.
COVID live service games.
Yeah. And also Matt McMuscle is probably going to do like he does a series called What Happened, and where he covers like game disasters. And
I just make sure I want to check for giving out the ideas. I should get residuals for my idea about making obscure videos about obscure video games and COVID live service games as a subject for a documentary. Thank you. You can send my checks to Tech Talk Thursdays. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But yes. But again, in the greatest answer to the live service question, just play indie games. That's it. Yep. Just play indie games. Because I tell you, you can never go wrong with indie games.
I don't know, man.
Never can go wrong with indie games.
I feel like I can. And I have multiple
you
times.
Can.
Overcooked.
But I can't.
Stardew Valley.
But see, we made up for that for Space Lines.
But again, you say you can't go wrong with indie games. I just named two. That went very wrong.
See, you have a problem with Overcooked, and we have a problem with you with Stardew Valley.
But still, those are two indie games that could go wrong.
For you.
Two indie games that can go wrong.
For you.
Two indie games that can go wrong.
For you.
Two indie games that can go wrong.
For you.
Two indie games that can go wrong.
For you.
Anywho.
Me and Cindy had no problem with Overcooked.
A AAA game that could go right if done correctly. It'll be the show 23's new storylines mode, the Negro Leagues Season 1. Again, crossing my fingers.
Fingers crossed.
Will be good.
Fingers crossed.
And crossing my fingers that this will be the third title in the MLB The Show series that will be on Game Pass day one.
Fingers crossed.
If not, I will check the wallet and see if I can give them the $70 so I can play it, because I do want to check this out. I do.
But I don't know about $70 though.
Because it's it's going to be 70.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know about 70 though.
Look, eventually I'm going to have to pay those prices, and I don't care.
You know, why I don't have no problem with it, because I don't pay no $70. I play both the indie games, so
I want to see what this is.
I mean, you see it and you let me know. I'll watch your stream.
Again, I will create my obscure video that will live on forever, and I will get the credit for having the source. I will be like the main source of this video game when it inevitably disappears in the great Steam destruction of 2025. That will also take out Xbox Live for some reason, and the PlayStation Network. Maybe it was the great CDN war of 2025. All these content delivery networks just went out. So yeah, they are putting in the Negro Leagues into MLB The Show. It'll be interesting to kind of see what this looks like. Hold on, let me turn off this music. No, do not switch to coding. Okay, sure. Yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of see what this is like.
I'm Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, and we're thrilled to partner with MLB The Show to take you on a journey back to the Negro.
You know, I would like to watch this, but also I do not want to sit there and get us
Perseverance.
Don't get us clapped up.
Yeah.
Don't get us clapped
Which
up,
was
please.
established right here in Kansas City on February 13, 1920.
Yeah, don't get us clapped up, yeah.
For the better. The circumstances that dictated a need for a Negro Leagues were sorry.
So this is more or less like the
Segregation was
history
a
of
horrible
the
chapter
Negro
in this
League and
country's
why it
history.
existed.
But out of
Not necessarily, hey, this is what it's going to look like. So I'm hoping there will be more. Or it says, oh, so apparently they did have something Thursday? Oh, let me see. Okay, yeah, so they did show something.
Negro Leagues. Came through that, walk away in awe of just
So-
how great.
So still no
Major.
gameplay, but yeah, they just talked more about storylines, but still no gameplay. So we don't know what this looks like yet. So yeah, I can't wait to see what that looks like. Hopefully they'll have some more stuff closer to release, or they said they'll have some more stuff closer to release. But of course, these are some of the players that you'll probably be able to play as during that little storyline.
So Major,
Yes, sir.
a request,
Uh-huh.
if you will. Because Major's here, can we? Not because Major. Oh, good lord! Because Evo's here, can we talk about the respawn sunset?
Oh yeah, let's go back.
Because I would love to know Evo's thoughts about that article.
Well, while we wait for that, because you know there's obviously a delay here. I would like to try some of this team deathmatch. Like I don't like the battle royale, and I'm hoping that goes away soon too, like that fad. Because I want to play more team deathmatch modes. I miss that.
Yeah.
Like it is like Apex Legends is good. Like it's a very good shooter for it to be free. So I would love to play like a team deathmatch in that, like with that game, as opposed to having to pay so I can play Call of Duties or Battlefields.
Especially now since you're not getting the Titanfall 3.
Look, they said what was canceled wasn't Titanfall 3, but I mean, waiting for Titanfall 3 is like waiting for Half-Life 3 at this point.
Not in the world with Apex Legends. Respawn seeing how much we made from Apex? Yeah.
So what had happened?
Well, I mean, still waiting on Evo to, I guess, respond to your question. But I guess while we wait for that.
Oh no! Like Evo's here. I wanted to like.
But you wanted to respond. We're still waiting on that. So.
No, well, we have to read the article first, right?
Didn't we cover it? The fact that they've sunsetted arenas, added TDM playlists.
Evo, what's your take on the Respawn sunsetting live services?
Sunsetting the
yeah.
Well, not the mobile thing, but like taking the battle. I think they're taking the 3v3 arenas mode.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was like temporary thing anyway, just like almost everything else they put in like those games.
Yeah.
But they're permanently adding team deathmatch.
Well, no, the thing is, no, they're not either.
They're not? Because this
No.
says they are.
So they had it says for the first 3
Oh,
weeks
yeah, I
of
see that
season
now.
16.
See, I saw it
Yeah.
play 24/7 and I thought, like, normally when someone says 24/7, that's like all day, every day, in perpetuity, forever. I did not see this first 3 weeks part.
Yeah, no, they said we're gonna give you that for like a hot second, and then we're gonna get that out of here too. And I was just like,
Oh, but then they're putting a mixtape, which will then it's a permanent playlist that cycles through 3 different game modes on a rotating schedule: Control, Gun Run, and TDM. The game's standard duos, trios, and battle royales will remain untouched, but unlike arenas, mixtape will not have a ranked mode for now anyways.
So I'm curious about what your thoughts are about that set of changes and things, because the way that this reads to me feels like Fall Guys with guns.
To me, it's reading more like Splatoon.
Has not played Splatoon.
Well, yeah. Well, in Splatoon's case, every so often they rotate the map that you play on.
Yeah.
It's still the same game, but they rotate the map. This one seems
On
like they're
all
just
modes.
rotating the game modes every so often.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's like, hey, like for the first few hours it's Control, next few hours is Gun Run, and next few is TDM. I'm not sure if those are like hours or days, but it screams more Splatoon than Fall Guys, because Fall Guys, like, it's just random things you do in an episode of Fall Guys. Taking that away and adding TDM, I think, would be helpful in increasing the reach of Apex outside of just a BR. Yeah, I would rather play, because again, it's a thing with arenas. Like, it's like playing fucking Valorant, Rogue, was it Rogue Company? What is it? It's Valorant, like, yeah, Valorant, Rogue Company, Siege.
Rogue Company. I think it's Rogue Company.
Yeah. Where it's like, actually, fuck it, it's like CSGO. Fuck it. It is fucking CSGO, where it's like you get your teams, you go out, you choose your gun or whatever, you buy your guns, and then you go out, you shoot a person until you shoot as many people as you can till you get shot, and then that's it for you until the round resets. Whereas TDM is like, you get shot, you die, you come back within a few seconds.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's more welcoming to players than Arenas is. And Arenas was more welcoming to players than the BR was. Because now you're just shortening your time to actually be able to play the game again. Let's see here. It says the main issues the main issues were that Respawn has different game modes, but we only saw those game modes during seasonal events when we wanted them almost all year round. I mean, so the Fortnite problem. Literally the Fortnite problem. Whereas, like, as soon as they announced no build mode, and we all knew that they were going to take it away. We said, like, no, Epic, don't you fucking dare. Do not take it away. And Epic was like, you know what? All right, cool. We hear you. Have it. There you go.
Y'all glared at them for the gods, like.
And I swear, like, I don't play Fortnite.
You're just like, I swear to God, I'll slap that hand right off of you.
I don't play Fortnite a lot, but again, that no build mode has caused me to play more of it or want to play more Fortnite than I've ever wanted to play. Because, like, even when I wanted to play Fortnite, it's like, I'm not playing this game unless I have somebody who knows how to build.
Yep.
Now it's like, I don't even care. I will go in by myself now.
Yep.
Because nobody else is building. It's just a battle royale. It is, I mean, outside of Apex, I mean, well, granted, no. Because back before I did not have hardware good enough to really play Apex like that. Like Fortnite played well with my lower spec PCs than Apex did. So Fortnite was the best playing battle royale out there.
Yes.
Apex was number 2, then PUBG.
Yes.
PUBG is still to me a dumpster fire.
Yep.
And
still
so
broken.
shall it ever be, forever and ever. Amen.
But yeah, like the fact that Fortnite put out that no build mode, I was like, all right, this is now like just the bare minimum. Fortnite, where they are with their BR, bare minimum.
Yep.
Because it will run on literally anything.
Yep.
There's no building, so I don't have to have special skills. I have to think about two things at once. I can just think about keeping myself alive and taking out other people. And that's it. Let's see. Evo said they could always make something special for seasonal mid-season events, but the Apex community just want more actual content that wasn't skins or overpriced specials that you could only get if you paid $160 for all the event items first.
No.
Let's see here. Providing players with options with a game that people already liked or loved is what we really wanted. Yeah. So yeah, Apex has now kind of put themselves up there too. I feel like I mean, granted, I've got hardware that can play all of them now. So for I've had the hardware to play Apex comfortably. Apex now probably is my number one. I will want to play Apex more than I will want to play Fortnite, mainly because like now I have a free team deathmatch game that isn't Overwatch. That I already know how it plays because I've played the BR so many times. And it's like, I feel like, all right, I'm not going to be great at team deathmatch in Apex, but I feel like, all right, like this feels good. It's a good shooter. It's a good first person shooter that isn't Call of Duty. So yeah. Oh, and yes, and thank you for reminding me. We did not actually talk about this, but we did talk about the live service stuff. I actually included this for the live service stuff talk. I could have really cared less about the article itself. And that's why I thought we did it. So sorry about that. Thank you for calling me on that. And of course, yep, we talked about the the Negro League stuff in MLB. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be on Game Pass. Do they even mention that anywhere? Okay, it just says that it's going to be on Xbox and Nintendo Switch, but doesn't say it's going to be on Game Pass yet. And I'm pretty sure Sony will not mention that here. Amazon Luna. They will be losing 50 more games in February as the library continues to shrink. Gentlemen, are we seeing the next Google Stadia?
I feel like we said this back when we first talked about Luna. So what I'm going to say here is probably.
To the scale of a Stadia, no. Like
definitely not to the scale of no.
No. But will it just be like, oh, it didn't work. Oh, disappointed.
Because what I'm hearing is it Stadia? No. Is it giving Stadia?
I don't know. So for me, I can see it shutting down. I can see Amazon giving up on Luna. It will not have the stink of Stadia.
No.
Because Luna had a subscription service, and if people were smart enough, they would have subscribed to Luna.
Yeah.
As opposed to buying games for Luna. So that way, when it goes away, you didn't lose anything. The most you will probably lose is a save. And I feel like the games that were available on Stadia are also probably available on Luna and would also have the same save transfer mechanisms built into them if they aren't already in there.
Yeah.
Or Amazon will probably write it on the wall that, hey, Luna is going away, which will give devs enough time to put it in their games if they have not already.
Right.
Also, I think that because Luna wasn't even talked about because Stadia existed, nobody's as invested in Luna.
No. Because Stadia was like the big, big dump truck in the room. Like
And
it
it's only,
took up a lot of
and it was
space.
only that because the fact that they made such a big stink about it.
Yep.
Like, I don't think Luna had, like, Amazon did not push Luna like Stadia, like Google pushed Stadia.
Nah, it was more like we'll throw a few YouTube videos up. We'll push it out on Fire TV so people can look at it and get curious. We'll throw it out there on the Amazon front page, but really it's not the living, breathing. We're going to take up a block of time in E3. We're going to have a big honking like press conference for all the media to see. We're going to invite all the tech bloggers, all the tech tubers, It's more or less like, hey, if you want it, it's out here. Here's the plans, here's the controller. Go nuts. Because again, they could do what Google did and just like, all right, cool. Here's the firmware update. You can play it on PC now. It'll be a PC. And you just have an extra PC controller.
Yeah, and here it is. Here's the Luna controller. Yes, that's right.
Yep.
I have Luna too.
Yep. So I think it was more like a nice, playful, cheeky experiment that really didn't chip into Amazon's market share, but it was just like something that we could try or we could do on our own in the interim.
The D-pad feels really, it's not great. The D-pad on this thing isn't great, but it's not a bad controller. Mm-hmm. Actually, as a matter of fact, now that I look at it, it looks almost like, oh shit, it actually does. It looks like the Switch's Pro controller. Well, almost like the Switch's Pro controller. It feels somewhat like an Xbox controller, but it looks more like a Switch controller to me. But yeah, if Luna goes away, I really don't think it's going to be as big a deal as it was when Stadia just poofed out of existence. Yeah. Stadia was such a wasted opportunity. Imagine watching the trailer for a new game on YouTube and at the end, you grab your controller and play a demo. That was the dream. That was a dream. That's what they promised to us.
Can we just talk about how the last 3 to 5 years have just been watching one company after another fumble well-established bags in the most horrific. It's just kind of like y'all just sit at the table and eat your food.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Stadia was a well-delivered bag?
Did you say well-delivered? Absolutely not. I did not say well-delivered. But
you just said you saw company after company drop a well-delivered bag.
Just like well-established bags. Be like, you have a platform here. You have an audience that has at least some level of interest. There are ways for you to apply it. What did you do?
So again, my argument is Stadia was never that. It was not established at all. We all looked at it as nope, that's just not going to work. It's not as much as you want it to. It's not going to work. Nobody's going to buy into this.
Like I say, the idea was a sound idea, but it had to deal with the understanding that America's infrastructure is shit.
There's that,
and the fact that the a la carte system of you buy a game, and you don't physically own it or you don't have consistent access to it wasn't a very sound, prosperous idea. Had it just been like xCloud, where you have access, you can play whatever, and cloud, and if your internet's working out, you could take it, or if your internet or your cell service is working out pretty well, you can actually play it on the go, and that idea was cool idea, but ideas outside of the within the idea space, but aren't always sound in the practical sense. And so, was it good? Cool, yeah. Terrible. It was terrible. It was terribly executed. It was terribly set about, and it was under this whole Pollyanna-esque idea that America will get their act together and get the speeds where it needs to be, and we're all gonna have really good internet. And none of that happened. None of that material.
I mean, I feel like for streaming game, like it's the bandwidth issue, not the band. It's a data cap issue that Americans would have run into, not necessarily the bandwidth, because I mean, at a certain point, like, well, no, because they did require you to have like decent speeds.
No,
but I
yeah,
feel like most Americans, most Americans would have had the speed to do it. I think what the issue is, like when it came to those a la carte games, is nobody was going to buy, like you said, like nobody's going to buy a game that you just don't physically own, or you cannot put, I guess, for lack of a better term, put your hands on.
Right.
I'm just sitting here looking at these things and being like, but Adobe CC.
Yep.
I would like some clarification with that.
No, I'm sitting here thinking about people who are not going to spend money on things that are not necessarily tangible.
That part.
But again, like that would also negate the argument, like people will not subscribe to Game Pass, or people don't subscribe to Netflix because of that. That's why I was asking, like, what did you mean? Because
again, it's
like I mean, it's the thing of I can download Adobe CC. Adobe CC is on this machine. I have to have a subscription to use it, but it's still here. It's the thing of like this issue with Stadia was is the idea of I bought all of Adobe. Like I'm not paying a subscription. I bought Adobe CC. I own it, but I can only access it through a browser. I think people will pay a subscription to have the game on the thing on the local system, as opposed to paying it outright, paying $60, $70, or however much for Adobe, and I can only edit my photos and videos in a browser.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the difference. Nobody's paying for the reason why nobody's subscribing to Adobe CC is because it's just fucking expensive for what it is. Adobe is charging you way too much. When I mean, well, granted, Apple only sells Final Cut, but you can pay just like $200, $300 for Final Cut and you just have it.
And that's why I use GIMP.
I should learn how to use GIMP. Photoshop is just right there. For what I use Photoshop for is like, yeah, GIMP could also do what I need it to do, but it's just like Photoshop is just right there.
It's like, I don't feel bad about myself, and it's free.
I mean, I don't feel bad about myself either. It's like, again, I can use DaVinci Resolve.
I don't feel bad about myself.
I don't feel bad about myself either.
That's between you and me. I don't feel bad for using GIMP.
I mean, look, I don't want you to feel bad. Like, look, it's a thing like, I could learn it, but also Photoshop is just right there. Like, do I have the time to learn something? Not really. Got to keep pumping out this content, baby. Content is king. That's what I kept hearing on Twitter. Then I left, and then it just went like radio silent. Nobody's been telling me that anymore, and it's been great.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You just said it to yourself for free, and it's recorded forever.
I know, but see, that also requires me to listen to this again. So, I won.
You're gonna listen to this again.
I think
because you're gonna listen to it. You're gonna listen to this again because you're major.
No, actually, I don't.
And you will.
Major hits me as the kind of person that's like, I don't like listening to the sound of my voice on recordings.
There is that. It's that part. But also, so I found out recently, like, again, the one thing I do like about Mastodon is the fact that there are actual people who are listening and watching to this show and will tell me about something we said in the middle of a show, which blows my mind. Like, wow, you actually found this thing in this obscure part of the show. I am hoping that me saying this right now, whoever is listening, who is following me on Mastodon, who's listening or watching this show, tell me that you got to this part. I want to know.
Please quote this to him in the middle of a birthday dinner.
I mean, my birthday is coming up soon, so like, hey, February 25th, if that's what you want to do, you should just tweet. You could just not tweet, but post at me. Content is king all day. It just make me feel bad about not creating any content that Saturday.
Now, see, Kevin, you heard that from Major's mouth to God's ears. You heard that. Okay.
And keeps bringing it up too. It's like, oh, I'm never going to hear this again. And he keeps saying it.
I don't hear it. I keep saying it, but I don't hear it. I don't listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth.
There you go.
Let's see here. Let's see. How do I do this? How do I do this? Where is it? Can I remove? How do I remove a specific post from out of a chat?
As if we can't screen cap, please. we will rub your face in it. Stop.
All right, so I got something else here. It's time to talk about everybody's.
The internet is forever, baby.
It's time. Okay, so since we're gonna do this, since we're trolling, it's time to talk about Kev's favorite company, Nintendo. The resident Nintendo stan is here. Kev in the building, and I got a little intro. Now he can't hear it, but I said.
Now, you want to rethink that again, or you want me to end this Discord call?
Now, I don't like. I'm curious about. I can't hear it either, so I don't know what's happening.
Well, he doesn't. No, so I'm not playing the thing yet, but it's what I called him.
Should I like? Do we want to enter the lightning round for today? Is that where we're headed? Because it looks like that's where we're headed. Because
I mean, speedily on our way there. It sounds like Major just kind of want to just get us all up out of here, because that's what it really sounds like to me. Because I believe I told him on many occasions that I might like Nintendo, but I don't love Nintendo, and I am not a Nintendo fan. The only reason why I have a Nintendo Switch is because my need and want and desire to play Animal Crossing was strong enough to pay $300 in order to do so. I did that. I still enjoy the console, but when there are critical things that need to be talked about said company. Oh, by the way, I'm pretty much, this camp's not coming on for the next 5 minutes. Kev,
I mean, again, that's like me saying, look, I'm a big fan of Apple, but I will always talk bad shit about Apple if they fuck it up.
But see, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have never said that I was a Nintendo fan. You called me a Nintendo fan, and I have told you to stop calling me a Nintendo fan. So that's the difference in what that statement is. I said stop calling me that, and you kept calling me to the point where I have to show out on your own podcast because you acting like the ass you are acting right now. This is not up for debate. This is not up for the discussion. Stop it, or I'm ending the call. Are we clear? Are we clear, Major? We clear?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Camera's back on.
What the fuck is that, Debo?
And I love you, Major, but you can kiss my ass.
I only do it because I love you.
No, and you can kiss my ass.
This is.
I love you, Major, but don't do that shit to me.
It's Shannon and whoever. It's Shannon Sharp and whoever the other guy is. I like
Skip Bayless?
Yep, there we go. Shannon and Skip, it's definitely giving like that, like this moment gave that vibe. So,
Yep.
I'm gonna let y'all have that.
So,
Did y'all?
you want
Did
to run
we?
this back? Let's run this back. Yeah.
You know something? Did we enjoy the Nintendo Direct yesterday? I'm just gonna talk to chat for a
I
second and let y'all
Hold
two
on,
do
hold
it.
on,
I
got something for
enjoyed
this.
it well.
I got something for this. It won't play to y'all, but it will play to the stream. And it's not directed at Kev. It's just something I saw today when watching The Big Bang Theory, and I want to share this sound clip. I've put it in the Discord. I put it in our Discord conversation, the video I'm using. But it was just so funny. I died. I had to listen to it again. But yeah, this was a little scene in Big Bang Theory where Sheldon was trying to figure out whether he should buy a PS4 or an Xbox One.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bernadette.
I like the Wii.
Thanks, Grandma.
I like the Wii.
I like the Wii.
I like the Wii.
I like the Wii.
And I want to play that every time we talk about Nintendo. Like, this wasn't even supposed to be a bit about Kev. It really wasn't. It was supposed to be a bit about that clip. But it's the whole thing like, I like the Wii.
Don't do me, Major.
Melissa Rauch is a treasure.
She is. She's a delight.
Melissa Rauch is a delight. But yes, Nintendo had another direct yesterday. And
Are they having another one in a couple of weeks?
I have no clue.
We don't even know.
I can't, like, they surprised us to you like 2 days in advance. It's a whole bunch of speculation for 48 hours, and it's like, here's what we're announcing.
Yeah. It was really very inconsiderate of the fact they couldn't just be like, hey, we might be having one in a week. Just
maybe we've not decided.
We don't know, but there's gonna be one in sometime in the within a week. We don't know that like it's gonna be like, what was it, the 8th? Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yes.
So
before we go into that, I'm sorry I'm hijacking this because there is something I need to announce first.
Right.
Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp has a new release date. I am excited. Finally, after a year and fucking Russia fucking us over, we finally are getting this game in a couple of months. Thank you.
Right. And I will be checking it out when it's on sale. But
day one, because I need this shit. I am sorry, I forgot how much I love this genre, because when Fire Emblem, when I played fucking Wargroove, it came back. Fire Emblem has now set my soul on fire, and I am searching out every type of game like this.
Real talk, they do like they need to go ahead and make a 3. Let's just go ahead and make a 3. 3D it, give it like that little loving 3D attention to it.
Well, maybe this is to gauge the interest.
Yeah. It's good.
I didn't even know that they put a new release because I came to the stream late. So I didn't even know they had announced this. I was excited when they announced that the original Fire Emblem that they put on the GBA was coming. And I'm like, yes, give me more. I want more. Like I was wondering, like, how can I play the original Fire Emblem? I need to play all of the Fire Emblems. I want to play the 3DS Fire Emblem games again. Like Awakening got me to buy a 3DS. And I bought the 3DS the day it was announced that Fire Emblem Awakening was announced. And I sat with that 3DS and played other games while waiting for Awakening to come out. I had never played a Fire Emblem before. I was like, I just want to check it out. And I fell in love. This is why I'm upset when I play games that I am disappointed by, because I am a good judge of game for me. So when I make a misjudgment like Shadowfall or CrossfireX, it hurts to my core. because I made that mistake, and it's like it weighs on my heart. Yes, that's right, Young. I contributed. I am a Fire Emblem stan. Forever will be. Look, when I bought Fire Emblem when I bought that new Fire Emblem Engage, I bought the expansion pass for it without question. And then Nintendo gifted me more content yesterday. It says, here, young one, we saw that you bought the expansion pass. Here is more content for you. Enjoy. And it was lovely.
I love how Nintendo sounds like Mufasa from the mountain.
And I thanked Nintendo. I said, thank you. Nintendo, you sound like James Earl Jones. And I appreciate it. Also, speaking of Big Bang Theory, that episode with Sheldon and James Earl Jones. Oh my God, that is just the best. Because if you have not seen that, James Earl Jones is having the fucking time of his life on that episode. Like, just like, it's odd. You think like that man is like, he should be committed the way he is just having so much fun. I just want to watch the episode again. Anywho, yes, Advance Wars is coming back. We got a date. I'm excited. I hope you are too.
Yep, I'm excited about it too.
But yes, what else happened in Nintendo in the Nintendo world last week or yesterday? Yeah. I was putting it back on you, Kev. You were starting to talk about it before I interrupted you with Advance Wars.
So we got Pikmin 4. Excited about that. Love that game. Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games are coming to NSO, and so now it's like for possibly what's to come. So now NSO is becoming more of a tangible, more, delectable product. Like, I'm sorry, the expansion pack is more of a delectable, tangible product.
It is, but there was not a lot in there. I checked that out today. There's not a lot in there.
It's not a lot. So I might end up like waiting for that collection to fill out. But I do like what's on offering. I do like the possibilities. I did throw a hate to Nintendo to be like, hey, I know you ain't gonna do it, but a Mother 3 translated port would be nice. Because I seen what you did. I seen what you did for Earthbound Beginnings. I seen what you did with Earthbound for Mother 1 and Mother 2 respectfully. That would be nice, but I'm not expecting it, and I'm not looking forward to it, but it would be cool if you did. Metroid Prime Remastered?
Remake.
It's not, huh?
Wait, okay, yeah, it does say remastered here, but Polygon wrote it down as remake.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about, because it's not really a remake.
It definitely says remastered in the trailer right here.
Yeah, so I'm just going with Nintendo said. Nintendo said
yeah,
remastered.
no, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Right. So that's cool.
Dropped yesterday.
Dropped yesterday.
Physical release coming out on the 22nd.
Yeah, which is really good because, I feel like that your digital should always come out before your physical. So that way, get your digital people in there. They're playing it. You're salivating, and then your physical people can also get it whenever, because the digital people are already playing it. So that's good. No, that's another good thing. Sea of Stars on the indie front. Sea of Stars. I'm looking very much forward to that. The composer to Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and I think Xenogears is guest composing music for that game. So I'm looking forward to that. Sprite work is beautiful.
There's a demo for it, I think.
Yeah, it's a demo for it. I did download that, but I haven't. I ain't gonna play it yet. I'm probably gonna play it over the weekend if I find time over the weekend, and try it out. And Octopath looks great.
Okay.
Octopath 2. just makes me feel bad that I haven't played Octopath 1 yet. So, yeah.
Okay, so I forgot where I was looking at. Did you know that this is it was a piece of trivia I wanted Kev to hear. All right, so wanted to know, did you know that the first letter of all the characters' names in Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 spell out Octopath? I found that out a couple of days ago. I was like, whoa, that's amazing. But continue.
But yes, fantasy life game. That was like getting a new fantasy life game was not even remotely on the
bingo card.
The 20. Yeah, it wasn't even on the bingo card. It was literally funny. Like I seen like a TikToker who were like, man, you know, we didn't get no Tamagotchi Life, bad direct, and it's like, yeah, you know what I love is a fantasy life game. At the moment that the fantasy life game was going to be announced, the exact moment when that happened, and I literally sat down like I would literally pass out. I was super excited when that moment happened. So I'm like, well, I don't know how day one or I don't care if it's day 1 or day 100. I'm adding that to my list. So yeah, that game was dope. So it was some goodness. It was some good things there. With some okay things there, and then of course, it ended with Zelda, where I was watching Matt McMuscle's reaction to it, and it's like seems like every direct for the past like year and a half has ended with Tears of the Kingdom, to the point where I'm like, where is the game? So this might be the last direct that we get where Tears of the Kingdom ends out the direct.
I mean, yeah, because it comes out May 12th.
Yeah, until like the expansion stuff comes out, then they'll probably be like, oh, the expansion stuff. So, but yeah, that's my little thoughts of it.
This motherfucker got drones. He was like riding a drone, like he's got a car and a hot air balloon. He's like riding that drone, like the folks in Watch Dogs Legion, where there was those giant ass drones you could just stand on and then fly around London.
If they take out God bless you. If they take out weapon durability, I might check this out. I might. If they take out weapon durability, I'll check it out. But because that was the bridge too far with Breath of the Wild for me, because it was like I could not handle the fact of a weapon breaking in the middle of combat. I could not do that to myself. Play a game where I'm afraid that my weapon is gonna break in the midst of that. So I was like, nah, I'm good. But this game was good.
Let's see. Yes, that one's confirmed to be $70. Samba de Amigo Party Central also was announced. Fashion Dreamer, new Dead Cells DLC, Return to Castlevania, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective.
Very surprised about that one.
Wheel of Katamari Reroll and Royal Revelry.
Yes.
More content for Splatoon 3,
Mm-hmm.
Disney Illusion Island, Harmony of the Fall of Reverie, a new Professor Layton game, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam.
That was a big shock.
And more courses for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, including a brand new course, Yoshi's Island.
Mm-hmm.
And Birdo.
Mm-hmm. Birdo new
Birdo is making a comeback.
Love Birdo. We are pro Birdo in this house. Yep.
Now on the streaming news, if you are a fan of a streaming show all about nothing, fed AI lines and just generates content, Nothing Forever, the Seinfeld AI show, has been temporarily banned from Twitch because things broke in the back end. Moderation was not in place. And Larry decided during his stand-up comedy routine to be transphobic on his stage. So the channel has been banned, or has been temporarily banned, and the devs are working to fix the problem. They have acknowledged what the issue was. Well, first, releasing a statement saying, quote, "We are embarrassed, and this doesn't reflect our values or opinions at all. This was a result of a mistake on our end, on our side, that resulted in a technical issue," end quote. Let's see, basically the program off which Nothing Forever is run was experiencing technical difficulties, so the creators switched it to another similar program that did not have the same moderation fail-safes as the original, which allowed transphobic content to step in, or to seep in. So yeah, apparently, like, if you were feeding things from OpenAI, there apparently is an option to add moderation features to it. I'm not sure why it's not built in, but again, I mean, it's a company owned by Elon Musk. So what do you want? So yeah, when they switch it over to another program, they forgot to implement the moderation stuff, and that happened. So yeah, it's not that the folks are bigoted; they just messed up. And it's kind of good to hear, like, okay, that's what that was, because we too many of the, oh no, that it's just these are just terrible people. Software is hard. And updates, hey, update your OBS Studio to 29.0.1 if you would like to. There are some Linux specific fixes there. Also some other fixes if you're experiencing some issues, so definitely go check that out. Also, there is an NVIDIA fix for the Discord issues with GPUs. They said that you don't necessarily have to run the driver updates, but I would say, hey, just click check for updates just to be sure. And if you have not done so already, it's been about a week. February security patches for the Google Pixel phones are out. Download them now. Also, if you are brave and adventurous, the Android 14 Developer Preview 1 is also available. And they have a pretty nice tool that just requires you just to be on a browser, and it will actually apply the update for you. Like, you really don't have to do much. It's really nice. And in deals, Steam Puzzle Fest will offer discounts and demos on puzzle games in April. So get your wallets ready, because puzzles are coming, baby. Puzzles are coming. Normally I don't cover deals this far out, but I guess I just didn't realize what month it was supposed to be coming. Game Pass finally, Melissa McGame Pass finally came back into work and is updating Game Pass again. Of course, in February, you can get access to Atomic Heart, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, SD Gundam Battle Alliance, Shadow Warrior 3, City Skylines Remastered, and Madden 23. Oh, which is available
just in
today.
time for the Super Bowl.
Hey, you know the vibes. So probably instead of me playing Super Bowl, I'm gonna play some Madden. Let's see, of course, there's some games probably leaving. Leaving February 15th, Besiege, CrossfireX, Peace Out, Infernax, Recompile, Skull the Hero Slayer, and The Last Kids on Earth. And last but not least, free play days for this weekend on Xbox. You've got Scarlet Nexus, TT Isle of Man 2, TT Isle of Man Right on the Edge 2, and the Ascent. Of course, they are available today starting at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so they're already available and will be available to until Sunday, February 12th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So definitely go check them out. And of course, they are on, excuse me. Well, Scarlet Nexus is 75% off this weekend, $15. And the Ascent is 65% off at $10.49. Either man, I guess they said, hey, it's already $40. What do you want? What do you want? And that does it. That's the show. Kev, Sin, anything you would like to add before we leave the show tonight?
It's been real. It's been fun. Go visit your local library. I'm also going to be doing that probably tomorrow because a book that I requested arrived and they sent me an email to let me know that that happened. So I'm going to go try to pick it up and enjoy a couple of weeks of reading.
Awesome.
What you got going on, Kev?
Definitely been enjoying Space for the Unbound. If you haven't heard of it, it is a game that is set in 90s rural Indonesia, and it's a lot. It's a lot going on. First, it starts off pretty chill, then it kind of kicks off, then it crests, then it kicks off again. Yeah, a lot's happening. A lot is happening, but good things, and we've been enjoying that. Also, birthday month. So, hype about turning another year this year, and yeah, I'm probably just going to be in my house on the day of, basking in the glow of my birthday, eating copious amounts of Chinese food, and eating a Marie Callender's cream pie. So look forward to that, and just relaxing and watching Mandalorian and whatever. Anyway,
Is that out?
no, it's not out yet, but I'm catching up.
Oh,
Catching up with Mando and Book of Boba Fett. So, yep, and that's pretty much about it.
dope. Let's see. For me, probably getting back on this stream game after a couple of days of being off. Got the major, of course, as you can see on YouTube, got Major Lab up and running. Probably some more hardware I need to acquire because that thing is loud as a motherfucker, and I can't deal. I can't deal with loud computers. Even that's what service is supposed to be. Outside of that, just chilling. Got some stuff that's on the hopper, but won't get into that until next week. Of course, you can join us tomorrow. We're playing more Space Lines from the Far Out after I had to save our save from my son. Because he wanted to play, and then he just kept clicking A, and he loaded the save. I looked up on my TV. I said, wait, that's my airline? Fuck that. Give me the controller. I will give you a new save. Verge was very kind and said, look, he could have played on that save. I was like, no, he cannot. No. We worked too hard.
Merge was like, oh man, let his dreams be more than memes. And you were just like,
no,
not on my Apple Watch.
Worked too hard. We worked too hard to get insurance on a spaceship so we can bring it back and we can sell it.
Yep, we certainly did.
We pocketed $400.
Yep.
We pocketed $400. It's not. No.
Nope.
No.
See, what we not to do is that we have $3 saved. Yep.
But that's all $3, not his. It's ours.
Yep.
Anywho, that's all I've got going on. So yeah, definitely tune in tomorrow at 8:00 p.m. for more Majors Plays, where we do community night gaming here. Twitch.tv/MajorLinux. Of course, you can join the community chats over at majors.house/Discord. You know the fucking vibes. There we go. So you can go. So you can go find me all over the socials. Well, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursday for February 8th. Oh, no, 9th, excuse me. February 9th, 2023. I'm getting my eyes checked tomorrow. So, yeah, finally getting rid of these. Yeah, February 9th, 2023. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. Of course, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech, gaming, and streaming new nugs yourself, but you said no thank you. Siri interrupting through every other news article was way more entertaining than me reading tech articles this week. And for that, I thank you. And of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people out there is I love you and peace. How?
Honda forever.